Ant-Man.
That's right, the real Ant-Man.
Oh gosh,
Oh gosh, oh gosh, with the Xbox Showcase Cup.
with
What is
the
going on, everybody?
Xbox Showcase Cup, but not showing any slightly off-topic merch. What is up with that? We don't know.
Got the sign. Got the sign.
Oh, I just see topic. I see.
Lemonade. Read the sign. A little throwback to a little iced tea commercial.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah, it is downloaded by the way, Anthony.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. Well,
well,
anyway, I was talking about Sea of Thieves, Pirates Life. That came out yesterday. Is actually available right now on Xbox Game Pass on Xbox and on PC. So
yeah. No extra charge for actually anybody that owns the game.
yeah.
Or if you're a Game Pass user and you have it, so it's free DLC. I think they plan on making their money. There's a lot of cosmetics you could buy that are Pirates of the Caribbean, but
Okay.
to me, that's the way to do it. That way, everybody gets to enjoy it, and if somebody wants to spend the extra money, get the pirate's dog with the key in his mouth. That's one of the cosmetics you get. That's pretty badass. Not gonna lie. and there's other stuff from Pirates of the Caribbean you can get as cosmetics.
I saw a GIF of a pig running in the sand. Is that something?
I believe that's like part of one of the Telltale or the story missions.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. So do you have any breaking news?
Breaking news. Not that I'm aware of. No, I don't think I do.
Well, I believe I have some. So Mr. Harrison Ford injured himself again. Well, injured himself on Indiana Jones 5 set. Just rehearsing a fight scene, pretty much.
Wow. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. They're still going to go along with filming. Filming hasn't paused or anything like that. Production's still going. But yeah, they're just going to reconfigure some things and he'll be fine. Second thing is something I'm just going to put on the screen and we're just going to watch it and we're just going to react to it. Just a little reaction.
All right.
Because I want to see how you feel about this because this is going to be pretty interesting. All right, so here we go.
I want to get married. I want to have babies before I'm like 26. Do you have health insurance?
Welcome to the strangest blind date ever.
Hey, how you doing? Damn, how you doing?
Could you fall in love with someone based on personality alone?
What is your ideal woman?
Personality for me is everything. Ass first, personality second. You're the best looking devil I've ever seen.
This is really weird right now.
Would you count this as a weird experience for you?
Cheers.
So I like your fin.
So what if I pick you and I'm not what you expect underneath?
Oh my God!
I've kissed this girl and I don't know what she looks like.
I'm literally just like in love with the moment.
Pull.
Oh! Whip it. Time has come.
This is going to be really tough for me.
I can't choose both of you. I've made my decision.
My sexy beast is...
There's interspecies relationships happening on my grounds. I won't stand for it.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a thing on Netflix.
I was about to say, I'm glad you said it as that is a thing because that's what was going on in my head the whole time. I just wonder how many cuts they had to do, like film the scenes where like she's clay shooting or they throw the axes and they both get like bullseyes. Because you know that shit was like 400 takes, and it's like they finally got the one and they make everything look like it's magical and stuff like that. That's horrible.
Oh my god!
It looks so bad and so scripted too. Like you could tell, like it's not like a real contest or anything. It's so scripted and so bad.
Yeah, it's like The Bachelorette. Just imagine with everyone masked.
Yeah, so they took the Masked Singer a little bit to the extreme on that one.
Oh my god!
Now the question is though, will you watch this train wreck?
I might watch an episode just to see what happens.
Oh god, that's awful.
Oh man, Netflix. Of all things you could put your money into, you decide. You know what? This is it. We're gonna have The Bachelorette and Masked Singer put together, and you know we're gonna. Oh wow.
This is where we've come. In 1969, we put a man on the moon. In 2021, we have sexy beasts.
Oh, what is that?
Progress.
Progress indeed. July 21st. So pretty much a month away. Oh my god. All right. So I think that's all I have for breaking news. Oh. I think that's all I got. All right. So this week in gaming subscriptions.
Okay, so Epic Game Store. Today is your last day to get Hell is Other Demons and Overcooked 2. Starting tomorrow at 11 a.m. You can indulge yourself in Horizon Chase Turbo and Sonic Mania. Then on the Xbox side of the coin, we had a couple new games announced. Available today is Worms Rumble. I believe this was a PlayStation Plus game as well a few months ago.
Okay.
So
sounds about right, maybe.
yeah, I think it was console exclusive or like limited exclusive, but now it's out and it's on Game Pass. On the 24th, which is tomorrow, you'll be able to get Iron Harvest on PC, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered on console and PC, Proteus on PC, and then on July 1st, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is coming to the cloud. Bug Fable, The Everlasting Sapling is coming to cloud console and PC, which I've been eyeballing and I've had it in my cart and removed it and didn't purchase it, so I'm pretty stoked to play that one. If you don't know what that is, it is basically an indie Paper Mario.
All right.
We got Gang Beasts is also coming on July 1st. If you've ever played Human Fall Flat, it's same kind of physics-based game, but it's a fighting game. Then we also have Immortal Realms Vampire Wars coming to cloud console and PC, and then Limbo cloud console and PC, and that'll take us through July 1st.
All right.
What is up, Peter?
What's up, guys? Sorry
What's
I'm
up?
a little late. I was catching up on my weekly homework.
Nice. What were you watching?
Didn't tell that. What's that?
What were you watching?
Well, wait, what? You want me to tell you? I thought we were going to talk about it later.
We
Well,
are.
what were you watching? What were you watching to catch up?
Clone Wars, actually. I was catching up on Clone Wars.
Oh, okay.
You mean Bad Batch?
Nice, cool reveal on the end. Too bad somebody spoiled that for me before the end, though. But
You
we'll
mean
talk
Bad
about
Batch?
that. I hate the fact that they spoiled that for me at the end of Clone Wars, because I'm like, dude, I'm not Clone Wars. I'm sorry, Bad Batch.
I was like,
That's what I
repeating
meant.
myself. I was like, Bad Batch? Is you talking about Bad Batch, or are you watching the
Yeah,
Clone
Bad
Wars?
Batch. Sorry, not Clone Wars, Bad Batch. I was talking about Bad Batch, but they spoil the end, the end, and I'm like, it's cool, but then I'm like, oh crap, it would have been better if I didn't know, because it would have been like, oh crap, oh wow, he's in it, he's in this too. All right, cool. So, but yeah, it's a pretty cool ending to that, but we'll talk about that later, of course.
Of course. All right, so Peter, well, you missed the first subject of breaking news.
Yeah, of course.
Did you have any breaking news?
Let me ask you something. Did we already talk about sports?
We will be talking about NBA later.
Yes.
Anything else?
Cool. I've actually been watching a couple of these games, and man, fucking great games, by the way, man. Wow, they're really putting up a show, these guys. Yeah, it's we'll talk about that later and all that. Also, Euro Cup, great games in Euro Cup and all that stuff. So I'm not sure you guys keeping track, but
Not at all. Go ahead, Pete.
anyway, they have the group of death. Well, every tournament, every like World Cup or Euro Cup has the group of death, which puts like 3 great teams in one group, and like whoever, like the top 2 make it out, but then now they're having like the third best to get. We have a good record, but seriously, it's down to the wire though, because Hungary almost eliminated Germany, which would have been huge because Germany is one of the best teams. And France and Portugal actually ended up tying up, which but it's pretty cool because now the groups are over. Now they're going to the knockout rounds, which will be 16 teams in the knockout rounds. So whoever wins these games go to the next round and all that. So it's like win or go home. Pretty cool tournament and all that stuff. If you guys keep track, definitely keep track, because I'm not sure who the favorites are. Italy actually looks like the best team right now. They actually won all 3 of their games, but they're in a weaker division. I thought they're not like one of the. I still think that these France, Germany. You got some other teams. Belgium is actually pretty good too. keep an eye on Belgium because Lukaku, who's freaking
Lukaku's amazing.
He's a beast. So keep track of that. So the tournament's going to be pretty cool. I think it's really cool right now, guys, because you got the Euro Cup right now. You got the Olympics in the end of the summer. And then next year, you're going to have the World Cup again. So you got a lot of cool tournaments and all that stuff. You also have the Copa America Cup going on right now. So sports are definitely right back into I know last was a bad year for sports, but now sports are really right back into it. So
and you missed your guys' area, man. You Tampa Bayers, the Tampa Bay Lightning, killing it.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Oh my god, 8-0. I mean, I'm supposed to be like the Islander fan, but dude, 8-0, dude. I think got demolished. That was a hell of a victory for the Lightning, but it's just one win. They still have to
just win one more time.
Yeah, one more time. But if the Islanders they go back to New York, if the Islanders tie it up, it's going to be Game 7 in Tampa, and anything can happen Game 7. But they got a lot of momentum, Tampa Bay. Also, the Canadiens are close to winning their game against the Las Vegas Knights. So it could be the Canadiens versus Tampa Bay Lightning. Which if it comes down to if they finish up their series, that could be it, which will be pretty cool. Canada versus United States. The North versus the South, it'll be a pretty cool, series. So we'll see. But yeah, really cool sports is going on right now.
Very.
Also, what's up with your boy Girardi, man? Getting all mad about that pitcher, man. Think he was cheating?
Girardi?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't know, man. If anyone should have been mad, it should have been Max Scherzer. But he's not my boy, dude. He's the Phillies head coach.
Who was your boy? He was your boy.
Yeah, and his ass got fired for not producing. So that's what happened.
Dude, it's funny though because he used to love that guy. He used to be like, "Oh, he's a great coach, great coach."
He did win a World Series. So, but but what have you done for me lately? That's the kind of sports world we live in, Pete.
Every sports like
Ben
that.
Simmons.
Oh my God, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Ben Simmons. Oh crap!
But what my point was, you watch. Belichick has 2 more years like he had this past year. Even Belichick has an expiration date.
Yeah, you know why?
Because he doesn't have Brady.
Like, who really won those championships? Belichick or Brady?
Well, we already could tell you who won that by looking at last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shake your head, but Brady's still wearing a ring. That Belichick ain't.
I think number one, Brady had a great team behind him too.
Sure, he did.
I'm not taking anything for Brady, but he had a great team behind him. Great receiving core, great running back.
Okay,
because he had a team. I'm
gonna ask Pete a question real quick. So, did Tony Dungy win the Super Bowl for Peyton Manning, or was it Peyton Manning?
A little bit both.
Okay, well then there you go. You could say it was a little bit of both for Brady and stuff.
I still think that Tony Dungy is a great coach.
But Peyton Manning went to. My whole point was
Tony Dungy that team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then Gruden came in there and won that team. That was Tony Dungy's team. Tony Dungy definitely did help Peyton Manning because he wasn't winning before. He wasn't winning.
Well, he was winning. He wasn't winning Super Bowls. Here's the thing: is if you look at when you got a guy like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, if you bring in a defensive coach like a Belichick or a Tony Dungy, that's how you get shit done. Because you let them handle the offense, and you just get your defense in line.
The thing is, it's not just one player. I mean, you can say the same thing about Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson. Michael Jordan wasn't winning anything until Phil Jackson got in there, and he started playing the whole triangle, doing the defense.
Yeah, I was about to say, and isn't Phil Jackson really heavy on defense?
Yeah, he really was.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you take a prolific scorer and you put him with a defensive coach, it really helps.
I rarely have seen a great player win with a shitty coach. Usually, you have to have a really great player and a good coach, a very good coach, at least pretty good coach. Rarely have you seen that.
Who was the coach for the Ravens when Trent Dilfer won?
Oh, it was.
It's Brian Billick. Hasn't it always been Brian Billick?
It was Billick.
Okay.
Hold on. I got no, but he's been back, and I think he won a second. But if that was him, hold on a second, I'll look it up.
It was Brian Billick.
I thought Bellick was with the Steelers. No, he wasn't with the Steelers. Tomlin was with the Steelers.
John Harbaugh is now the coach, but I think it was Brian Bellick was the coach back then.
I think it was Brian Billick. Yeah, from the Ravens.
Yeah.
they had that sick defense. So that defense,
Dude,
probably the
that
best defense of all
defense
time.
was one of the most nuts defense, and they
The
like,
whole time.
and they
Ray
had a
Lewis,
really
Ed Reed.
yeah, and they had a really great offenve line and running
Suggs
game
there
that
too?
year.
I don't know if Suggs was there yet then. I think he might
No,
have came after.
Suggs wasn't on that team.
Yeah, no, but it was Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. I know that.
Well, and on off, no, I don't even think Ed Reed was there at the time.
No,
Oh yeah,
no,
Reed
no.
might have been.
Yeah.
What year was that? 2000 and what? 2001.
2001. It was when they beat your Giants.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to bring it up, Pete. But hold on, I'll look it up. The roster here. Here we go. It was Brian Billick was the coach.
Okay.
Did you know Randall Cunningham was the backup quarterback on that team? That's crazy. I did not know that either.
Yeah, he was older that time. I don't think he was like that. I mean, the 90s he had his good run.
So they had Rod Woodson at safety on that team. And Rod, he must have been in the twilight of his career, but Rod Woodson was a great player. He's probably a Hall of Famer, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. They had Chris
Rod Woodson
McAllister at
Steelers, right?
yeah, they had Chris McAllister at corner. I remember he was an awesome corner. No, they didn't have Ed Reed yet though.
Okay.
Todd Heap, I remember on offense, he was awesome.
So I'm trying to remember like Super Bowl wins and like
Shannon Sharp, wasn't he the tight end?
It's Broncos, bro.
that's Broncos.
No, I think he went to the Ravens
No,
too.
Not that year.
Not that year.
Oh.
He got traded there after they thought he was washed up and done.
Gotcha. Okay. I thought he did play for that team though.
He did, but it wasn't until like later part of his career. Kind of like a when they think you're washed up and you go to prove yourself at another team.
Oh, like Tom Brady?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Like Tom Brady. I still want to find out what team it was that he said that. Oh, you're keeping that motherfucker. I want to see what team it was, because I guess he said that like somewhere he didn't name the team, but some team was like they're willing to get him, and then they're like, oh no, we gotta keep our quarterback, and they're like, and Tom Brady's like, wow, you're really keeping that guy compared instead of me? So not sure which team it was, but it'll be actually kind of curious.
Watch it be Gardner Minshew.
Probably, yeah, it could have been him. But to be honest, I don't think the Jaguars were built to win anyway. I don't see Brady going there. I think he's probably going to maybe the Steelers.
Ooh, Matt
Steelers.
Ryan.
What?
Why would he go somewhere where he's not tropical? Why would he go so he could retire? Be like down south.
What were you guys talking about?
I was talking about possibly Matt Ryan. Tom Brady said that like another team was offered to get him, but it's like, oh no, we want to keep our quarterback, and he was like, oh, you keeping that motherfucker?
Yeah, he said that. Could have been Matt. Could have been the Falcons. I'm thinking of teams that are already built, or maybe Goff. Could have been Goff.
Wasn't there?
Because the Rams were built to win. They just need a quarterback.
No, I don't think it was the Rams. Where was there any rumors like on where he was going to go last year?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought it was down to like 2 or 3 teams.
But like I don't know what the teams were. I don't think Tampa was actually no, Tampa was in the running for it. Like it was mentioned.
Tampa made sense though. I mean, we were receiving court and defense and everything else. It made sense for him to go there. And of course, look at it now. So yeah. I'm trying to think of like Brady's a smart guy. He won't go to a team that literally is rebuilding because he knows he has no chance. But like
they said, he came really close to re-signing with the signing with the Saints.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call Drew Brees a motherfucker. That guy can still. I mean,
he did make him retire, so I mean, there's that.
Yeah, and Brees was definitely declining. I mean,
it also said the Colts, so maybe he was talking about Phillip Rivers.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, didn't they got Phillip Rivers?
Yeah, but it could have been Phillip Rivers.
It could have been Phillip Rivers, which I kind of agree with him in a sense, because Phillip Rivers hasn't really been great in the last few years. So I could agree with it. And that Colts team all didn't miss in a good quarterback. So yeah, could have been him. Very possible, but it doesn't matter now, does it? I mean, Brady won a championship. It really doesn't matter right now.
So they said one of several teams. They said the Titans, the Chargers, the Bears, and the Rams all pursued him. So there you go.
Okay. Tannehill. I could definitely see Tannehill.
Tannehill,
could
yes.
definitely see Tannehill.
No, I'm going Bears, and I'm going Mitch Trubisky. That's what I'm going with. Mitch Trubisky on the
That's
Bears.
another one too. Yeah, definitely. Why wouldn't they have picked Tom Brady over Mitch Trubisky? Definitely. You got the defense. You got some definitely some offensive players. Why would you go with Mitch over Tom Brady?
They said it could also be 49ers. Could be Jimmy Garoppolo.
And he did play under Brady.
Because a little salt there. Didn't he get him traded too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have been. Very possible.
Yeah, a lot of people on PFF, like actual writers for PFF, said their money was on Jimmy G.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Mitch Trubisky's dude. They actually have bidding our hypothetical sport odds on him. Jimmy G was plus 150. Mitch Trubisky plus 200. Derek Carr plus 400. Jared Goff plus 500. So that's it right there, man. You put some money down on it, Pete. You can bet which motherfucker he was talking about.
He ain't wrong though, honestly. I mean, even in Twilight Brady's career, he ain't wrong. I mean, compared to those guys, he's not like.
There's really only a handful of quarterbacks that I would say that I wouldn't give up like for Brady. Like I would say that list is pretty short too. It's
not that short.
No, it's pretty short. It's pretty short.
For short.
It's like Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers,
I mean, those guys like in their prime.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, of course.
That might be it.
Deshaun Watson.
No, okay. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson. Let's see
Deshaun Watson.
Who we got there?
Probably Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, of course. I'm trying to think what.
Yeah, there's not much.
I wouldn't go. I don't know about Drew Brees because I think they're both.
I would have at Drew Brees at that time
because of his last year and all that. His performance.
Yeah, but his injuries. Yeah, his injuries.
You
knew what was coming. I see the writing on the wall.
Roethlisberger, I don't know. Probably Roethlisberger.
No. Get his ass out.
Yeah, because he's definitely not the same quarterback anymore. He's done.
He was done like 20 years ago.
5 years ago.
Okay, maybe I'll get a little bit.
But at least 5.
Aaron Rodgers is definitely not.
Since we're talking about quarterbacks, though, did you see who re-signed with the Giants?
Who?
Welcome home, Eli. Welcome home, Eli Manning. Yeah, he's the head of our promotions now. He works. He has his own office in the building. Eli is a Giant again, baby.
Weren't you ready to get him out of there, out of New York? Though
I was ready for him to retire and call it a day. I was ready to move on to the next phase in the Giants' life.
So, are you okay with your quarterback right now,
Daniel Jones? I will let you know after the year, because we are poised to be able to get basically any quarterback we want in the draft because we have 2 first-round picks. So that will give us the ability to, if we like somebody, we can move up to number 1 or around number 1 and grab them. And yeah. So hell, we might have the number 1 pick because we got the Bears number 1 pick and they fucking suck. So
yeah, but they did get a good draft pick and all that. I think their quarterback. We'll see where.
I'm gonna take my chances on a rookie quarterback not being good. I will take my chances on that any day of the week.
Because the Bears doesn't know how to develop a good quarterback.
Yeah,
they're
best quarterback in Bears history, Jay Cutler. That should take that home.
They never develop a good quarterback, just like the Jets. The Jets never really developed a good quarterback.
So, anyways, am I comfortable with Daniel Jones? I am giving him 1 more year. If he does not do good this year, he needs to be gone.
Danny turnover dimes.
Exactly. We need to cut that down. We need to get some balls out to Mr. Kenny Golladay. Now that we have some legit weapons, Saquon needs to stay healthy, and Evan Ingram needs to stop dropping passes.
There you go.
Little truth bombs coming out of that.
Hey,
I'm
a
chill like you usually
I am a fan, but I am going to be the one that's going to be the toughest on my football team.
When Okay, when are you tough, bro?
On my
Like
football team?
seriously, I remember when you got Daniel Jones. You're like, oh my god, that's a guy, that's a quarterback.
I mean, I should be excited for my player, right?
You should be. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
See, there's excitement and cautiously excitement. Like I'm cautiously excited for my quarterback because, yeah, he looks. Hey, second round pick, sure, great, but I'm not too sure because the history of the Jets.
I don't even know who the hell your quarterback is, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I don't know.
What's his name?
You don't even know who your damn quarterback is.
Dude, I haven't really been paying attention at all to like.
Oh my god, you don't know your own quarterback.
Zach Wilson.
What?
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. Yeah, thank you, Zach Wilson. I from last year, how bad the Jets have played. I'm just kind of like, we'll see what happens this year because they were terrible last year. So I'm not trying to get myself overly excited because I remember last year I was like, oh, we got some good offensive lineman. I think we're gonna do something, and we didn't shit. So let's wait and see what they're gonna do. If they do great, awesome. I'm happy, but I'm not gonna put my money on the Jets.
The best thing, and the best that Chris's team can do this year is the same as they did last year.
Pretty much.
That's the best they can do.
Exactly. Exactly. So,
man, Chris, you must be riding high, dude. All your Tampa Bay teams are kicking ass.
I know, it's crazy. I was like, I don't like sports. Like we have all of them. It's all good.
Yeah, you got the Lightning doing good. The Rays are in first place. You got freaking the Bucks winning Super Bowls. What the hell, dude?
Even had WrestleMania here. I mean, it's crazy. Everybody just comes to Tampa.
You know what's funny though? Like Tampa has become a really good sports town though. Like that's pretty cool though. I feel like for the longest time, Tampa never had that. Now look at it now. Yeah.
The only thing we had was arena football, and then now all of a sudden it's like.
I mean, are they at least filling their stadium though in Tampa? Like the Rays, are people actually going out and watching the games?
I've seen a couple pictures of people been at games. Yeah,
I've
seen people, but like I don't know if it's actually filling the seats all the way up.
Because I do know that the baseball team still, like, even when they're successful, they struggle getting fans in there. So
yeah,
I'm sure them if they get them.
History though, Aaron. You got to also look at this, but they have a very short.
The Lightning have the same length of a history,
and they are booming.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Though they always
and if you want to talk about successful history, the Bucks have the same length history. Because literally before then, the Bucks were trash for their first 20 years of existence.
Pretty much, yeah.
So,
I think it's different with baseball because you have so many Yankee fans and Mets fans. Well, not Mets.
Well,
fans, Boston Red Sox fans.
So many games in general.
I think the biggest problem with baseball, dude, is they've had so many scandals since the 90s that it's just like they can't get out of their own damn way. In fact, like you were just bringing up the whole Joe Girardi thing. There's another scandal, all the freaking substances from the pitchers. Like, dude, I watched that video and I'm just like, dude, baseball looks like a freaking joke. Like that whole thing looks like a freaking joke.
Yeah, but isn't that the history of baseball? Haven't they been known by that? I mean,
isn't that literally any sport? I mean, you got look at the Patriots.
In any sport,
more than the Patriots,
the White Sox.
What? More than the Patriots?
Yeah, but they actually got caught. Like we actually.
So did the Patriots. They've lost draft picks in multiple seasons.
It's not literally cheating. Like they were actually betting against it.
No, Pete. That's not cheating. That's throwing games. That's completely different. The Patriots were literally cheating.
That's even worse.
It's not worse.
It is worse.
They want cheating. How is that? Hold on a second. If you are on the team that are throwing the game, how is that any worse? If you want to lose the game, the only person you're hurting is yourself.
You're putting money over your own. Okay, cheating is pretty much you trying to do anything to win. Throwing money, putting money over the sport itself, that's even worse because you're, throwing games away just so you can win money.
Like Ben Simmons
for a big bet.
Oh!
So we're cheating by making sure that we win so that we can get more money.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a huge scandal back in 1929.
I'm guessing those people probably weren't being paid nearly what the players are being paid today.
No, they're not. But I'm saying it was a huge scandal, though. I mean, it's a huge scandal. Like I think Shoeless Joe Jackson's still not in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, technically, didn't CM Punk do the same thing, or is he really that shitty of a fighter? Oh,
He is a shitty fighter.
I'm saying like I mean, let's look at the cork bats, the spitballs. I mean, if you name
I know, but I mean, you have deflated balls, you have people spying on other teams' practices.
I'm not denying that the Patriots are a bunch of cheaters, and that's why I don't like the Patriots at all because of that. I agree, 100% agree. I'm just saying though, I think it's more synonymous with baseball than it is like out of the Patriots. I can't think of any other team that really has been caught cheating. Baseball, literally, all these players have done something like that.
At least basketball and hockey seem to be pretty unfazed. Like, I can't even think of like really any cheating scandals.
Except for the referees.
Yeah, except for the referees in basketball.
Yeah, referees.
I still think that I go back. Sacramento Kings, LA Lakers. I think 2001 playoff series. Man, I'm telling you, the refs were and they were going against the Sacramento Kings, man. Because I saw the game.
They didn't like Chris Webber, man.
So bad that I'm like, dude, it has to be, you know. And I remember David Stern was such like, anytime somebody even said anything about that, he'll be like, oh no, that, you know, like I think Jeff Van Gundy one time criticized. I guess it was Houston Rockets against some other team, and they said the refs were really being really hard on Yao Ming, and Jeff Van Gundy made a comment about that. And David Stern threatened to like get him out of the league. I mean, that's how severe it was. So, like, yeah, I think the NBA has that problem too. But overall, though, cheating is bad. Betting on your own team is bad. All that crap. Don't do it. So that's about it. Anyway, we probably should move on because we've been talking a lot about this.
All right. So EA is going to be bringing back a beloved franchise next month during the EA Play. I wanted to get your guys' opinion. What do you think that might be?
Early rumors are Dead Space.
What
was that?
Pete was just repeating.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just the beloved franchise.
Yeah. So early rumors are Dead Space. I'm hoping for Boom Block.
I'm gonna be a troll here and be like, "What if they show off NCAA?"
I mean, they could, and it usually comes out in July. So, I mean, you're not wrong there. You are not wrong, and it is beloved.
You're not wrong, and that is a beloved, a beloved franchise, actually. So
it's like,
Chris, what about the shirt you're wearing? What about Knights of the Old Republic?
I don't think so.
It could be though. And they own BioWare, who made the original one.
This is EA we're talking about here. This is like, hey, yeah, let's go ahead and like do some really ridiculous stuff and have people pay for it. Have people from why so Angry Joe made this video about the new Madden game and saying the fact how it's pretty much the same game every year, and they make little slight improvements, but it's not worth the $70 price tag. And they said that one of the new features, they have two GOATs on the cover, since it's going to be Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady on the cover of this year's Madden.
The young GOAT and the old GOAT.
Yeah. And it's like, Madden is a franchise that is a $4 billion franchise.
Damn,
$4 billion.
That's because a lot of people buy those stupid cards.
Ultimate Team alone makes them $1.5 billion a year.
That's freaking nuts, dude. How about FIFA? That's probably even higher.
Probably higher.
Yeah, that is nuts.
Probably higher because of Europe.
Can you transfer your cards from like Madden 20 to 21? Oh my God, you got to start over again every year.
Every year.
Oh God, that makes my wallet cringe.
every year you start over, and every year you have to build your team back up.
That does not sound like something for me.
No. Like, you buy that one game, you better freaking hope you have your cards, and you better make sure you like that game before you can invest in cards or anything like that. Oh my God. But anyway, I'm going with NCAA.
Not Medal of Honor?
I did say that. That that is my second choice.
I would say Boom Blocks and Knights of the Old Republic. Those are my two choices.
Hmm.
What else does EA make that hasn't been
You know
back
what?
in a long time?
Dragon Age hasn't been back for a while.
Trying to think.
But we already know they're making that though. They did announce that.
That's true. A revival, something that hasn't.
They haven't made a Command and Conquer in a long time.
They made the remake though, which came
They
out last year.
They did. Let me see. Let me look at EA franchises. What you guys are thinking?
How about yeah,
Who
well,
said-
maybe
No.
Knights of the Old Republic.
maybe The Sims 5. Will we finally get it?
What?
The Sims 5,
The what?
man.
Sims 5. They have
Sims
so many expansions for Sims 4.
5.
Dude, Sims. How long Sims 4 been out? Like that's gotta be. Freaking,
How about-
oh,
how
dude,
about
those
Desert
games
Strike?
are fun as hell. Like Jungle Strike and Desert
Desert
Strike. Those
Strike?
were good games.
Yeah, one of that. Cool helicopter game.
There you go. Yeah, that'd
I
be
don't know.
cool.
I'm just saying though, like what kind of beloved franchise I'm thinking of they haven't made in a long time. Like that's the only thing about it. It could be NCAA, but they were announced that, so it's like, why re-announce it again? It makes like to me, and that is a beloved franchise, but it's just silly to do it again. It's like we already know. It's not a surprise. You just
EA
you told us not
Partners
too long ago.
program.
Knights of the Old
True.
Republic would be cool because it's been almost 18 years. Maybe
So
more
here's
than
their
that. Like,
franchises, guys. Minus
Okay.
EA Sports. EA's franchises are the Alice franchise, American McGahee's Alice. It was like the
cool.
darker ones. Ancient Empires, Army of Two,
Mm.
Battlefield. We already know is coming. Bejeweled, Bookworm, Boom Blocks, Brian Lara Cricket. I don't even know what the hell that is. Oh, it's a cricket game. Burnout. We haven't had a
When's the last
Burnout
time you had a
since
Burnout game?
Paradise
Didn't it-
Island.
Didn't that team move to somewhere else? That team,
Criterion. I think they're making Need for Speed now, right?
yeah, they're making Need for Speed now.
Chocolatier. I don't know what that is. Colin McRae, Command and Conquer, Crisis, but they don't own Crisis. They sold it to Crytek. Dead Space, which is one of the ones that people are hoping for. Dream Chronicles, Dungeon Keeper, Feeding Frenzy, Grid. They don't own Grid. Someone else owns that. Yeah, Codemasters. We know it's not going to be Mass Effect. It could be Medal of Honor. Mirror's Edge. Is that long enough now?
No. It's been like
Operation
3 or 4 years.
Flashpoint.
That's new.
Overlord. But that was published by Codemasters, so they're not gonna. Wait, they bought Codemasters though. But I'm thinking,
Probably,
yeah, but it's gonna be one of their franchises. It's not gonna be one of Codemasters. It's not gonna be SimCity. Oh, it could be System Shock.
Yeah. So Thomas
It's
is
not gonna
hoping
be.
it's Dead Space.
Yeah, it's not gonna
What's up,
be.
Thomas? How you doing, bud?
What's up, Thomas? Yeah, it's not gonna be. Yeah, I'm going either like Chris said, NCAA. I think it's the 4. Me and Chris mentioned it's gonna be one of those 4.
So Medal of Honor, NCAA, Dead Space, or Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah, or Boom Blocks.
Yeah.
I
Or
think
Boom
because
Blocks.
I think Boom Blocks could get a second chance.
I think Dead Space will be cool because they don't really do that many horror games, do they?
Not EA.
No, not EA. No.
No. And weren't they coming up with some other, like, I forgot what studio it was, but they had something that looked like Dead Space. I mean, it'd be good for like EA to compete with their own. Like, hey, this is our, like I forgot what it was, but it was Jeff Keighley showed his trailer to this like sci-fi horror game, right? We saw that. I forgot what it was called, but it looked pretty cool, and we thought it was Dead Space, and it ended up to be something else. But
I know what
it'd
you're
be cool
talking
for
about.
EA.
Yeah, it
don't
wasn't Dead
remember the
Space.
name.
So was it EA Motive that was making the game, Chris?
It wasn't making what?
The game that they're announcing, the EA bringing it back, was it EA Motive?
I think so. Well, I don't know. I don't think they announced the studio. At least I don't think. That I could be wrong about. Let's double check here.
How many Dead Space games has it made? Like 3 or 2?
3.
3.
Really?
4 actually. They had Dead Space
Oh,
Ignition.
it's Traction, right?
No, Ignition.
Ignition, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a Rails shooter.
Yeah, on the Wii, right?
Wii,
Or
yep,
Wii U,
Wii.
whatever.
Yeah.
Wii,
It wasn't.
Yeah.
The third one was like an action adventure game.
Yeah, it was
They can
different than the
co-op.
first two.
Yeah.
So if it was EA Motive, which for some reason I thought I seen that, EA Motive has made Battlefront 2 and Squadron, so they've done 2 Star Wars games. So if it's Motive, that puts more into me thinking it's going to be Knights of the Old Republic. But
Possible.
we'll see.
It's possible.
I
We'll
mean,
see though.
it's definitely cool though. Like, we'll see what it is. But whatever it is, it'll be cool. Hopefully, it'll be cool, something different that they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully. All right. Moving on to our next. Oh, you missed the first trailer react, Pete.
Go back and watch it, Pete.
For what?
Freaking hilarious.
For Sexy Beasts.
Yes, Sexy Beasts. Imagine The Bachelor mixed with The Masked Singer. Put them together.
Oh my god. No, I'm okay with it.
Magic, Pete. Magic.
Magic indeed.
I don't think I'm gonna watch it. Sorry, guys.
All right, this
I'm
is
okay
our
with that.
next trailer. Is gonna be Snake Eyes.
In this one.
Wish boy! Boss wants to see you.
I'm in trouble?
Someone is.
These men betrayed our trust. Do it.
You saved my life. We are going home.
I don't have a home.
Not yours. Mine. I can't change your past. But I can offer you a purpose. For 600 years, our ninja have brought peace to the world. I believe in you.
All right, what do I have to do?
I gotta get in my zone now. The 3 challenges of the warrior. I'm on a new level.
The 3 challenges in the what now?
If you survive, you will gain access to our knowledge and our power.
Cobra is coming.
What's Cobra?
A shadow organization devoted to global revolution.
I've been following you for some time.
Do I know you?
I know you, Snake Eyes.
Join us. This is your destiny.
All right.
Okay. I will give you my thoughts. First of all, I'm gonna give you, because the movie looks cool, looks really cool. I really want to see it. I'm gonna give you complaints real quick. I hate the font that they use for the dates and stuff. Just like, I don't know why, it just like it bugs the piss out of me, the font that they use. Yes,
the font, guys.
Yes, and the dice thing is so stupid. Like, I hate it. It's so dumb. Like, I know you are. Snake Eyes.
It's like Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. You know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
but other than that, the movie looks freaking awesome. Like, I'm pretty hyped for it. I think it's going to be a good, probably the best GI Joe movie that they make.
So my
But
complaints are more like, actually more about like, because I was big in GI Joe back when I grew up. Like, was watching the cartoon and all that stuff. I'm more about like, well, here's what I say. Hopefully, explain why Snake Eyes never showed his face in the original cartoons or never spoke. Because that's the whole point of Snake Eyes. He never spoke and never showed his face. He was just this badass ninja. hopefully maybe there's some introduction to that. Maybe somehow he gets burned and he loses his voice. I don't know. Maybe they'll develop that later on into the story. Overall, though, yes, the whole cinematography, action scenes look really cool. I'm guessing his friend, the guy you say, is probably Storm Shadow. That's what I'm guessing. I know. I'm not really. The only thing I'm kind of scared about is usually I hate when the studios like they won't focus on they try to do their own type of story. They won't focus on like the original concept of G.I. Joe. No, they try to like, oh, let's take that, but let's do it our own way. I hate that. I always feel like go to what the original comic writers or cartoon series was doing. Don't try to do your own thing. That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about because I hate when studios do that. They're like, oh no, let's do it this way, let's do it that way, blah blah blah. Because it totally, ruins the whole like. To me, it doesn't really do anything. Like it never. So we'll see. But overall, yes, cinematography, the action scenes look cool. Definitely. I see. I think they had the Baroness, who's from Cobra, and also I think Scarlet, who's from G.I. Joe. So that's kind of cool introducing those characters. Hopefully, maybe develop it to other movies, maybe some spin-offs, and maybe they have this huge G.I. Joe movie later on. Kind of like they should have done, kind of like what Marvel does. We'll see what happens. But yes, I'm kind of cautiously optimistic of this movie.
As am I. I don't have any background for G.I. Joe. I'm just going based off the fact of the two movies beforehand. One starring Channing Tatum, the other mostly starring The Rock. The first one was just hot garbage trash.
Yeah,
not gonna lie, but always a cool aspect of both of those movies was Snake Eyes.
100%.
Not gonna lie about that. So I believe that's what kind of greenlit this movie. Mostly because of Ray Parker's performance and how cool he looked in the suit and whatnot. To me, looking at this is pretty much like, I don't know who makes this. Sony makes this, maybe. I don't know. Paramount Pictures, whatever. It looks like let's make a John Wick style kind of movie and tie it into Snake Eyes in a way to give him an origin story. That's literally what this looks like.
Yeah, because the character was so badass. So we want more of it.
Yeah, we want more. So let's make it John Wick style, but have it more Oriental and Asian, which is fine, cool, no problem with that.
Yeah,
and then have it be like the action scenes will not have a John Wick style to them. Like, all right, I'll watch it, but am I excited for it?
It's kind of like Mortal Kombat. It's like I learned my lesson from Mortal Kombat. The trailer looked amazing, but then when I watch a movie, I'm kind of like, it's okay. It's not great. It's not what I wanted. It's okay. There's good things and there's bad things, and I think that's the thing with this movie too. I feel it could be good things and it could be a lot of bad things. And it's kind of like Anthony pointed out, the whole I love how they little do things. Oh, I know who you are, Snake Eyes. And then you're like, why? Why do you have to do stupid things like that? It's like insulting our intelligence as fans.
If I swear to God, if I go watch freaking Black Widow in the theater and I see Taskmaster have a little dangling black. I don't know who you are, Black Widow spider. It's like,
yeah, exactly. You don't need to insult our intelligence as fans. You need, as a studio, you don't need to insult our intelligence. We understand the storyline better than you guys do, the movie producers. We understand the storyline better than you guys do. We know the whole the background story of Snake Eyes, everything about it. Most people do. You don't need all you got to do is tell us a good story. That's what you got to do. Like I said, though, I think what makes Snake Eyes cool though is the fact that he's so mysterious. So now. You unveil you don't have that mysterious character anymore. You have this guy who says he's Snake Eyes, so you better be. I guess he's gonna learn to be a badass ninja.
So is this kind of your guys' complaint though with Rob Zombie's Halloween? Are we kind of approaching like that where we might run into issues like that with this movie?
Yeah. Here's the thing though: in order to be a good movie, you have to have a really cool origin. And I think that's what I'm saying. Snake Eyes was the reason why Snake Eyes was so cool is you knew very little of his past. You never saw his face. You never hear his voice. He just was kind of this badass ninja. We don't
Is that almost like when we found out who Boba Fett was? Is that almost kind of like that, where Boba Fett was left better to be just like some?
Yes, but the thing is though, because of the Clone Wars, because of Star Wars, not Clone Wars, I'll say like Attack of the Clones, you found out his whole origin.
Yeah,
I think though Mandalorian kind of changed that.
Kind of like retconned it almost to be cool.
Yes.
Yeah, and Book of Boba looks freaking awesome, dude. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, so it actually retconned and it actually made the whole character like cooler now. Like I said though, you can do a good origin story, but it better be a very good origin story, or else people are going to be like, this character's not cool anymore. The coolness has been taken away. The whole mystery and all the stuff is gone now. You know too much about the character already, and it's like it's just another ninja.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying though. Like, I don't want another ninja. I want what makes Snake Eyes cool. So we'll see what they do. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I don't know. I always feel though the problem is though, man, like movie studios trying to do their own thing. They don't try to go to the source material. And I hate when they do that. Just go with the source material. I think the source material is the reason why these characters have been successful. Same with Mortal Kombat. I understand, like, I think some of the movie they got it right most part, but like, why wasn't Liu Kang the main guy? That pisses me off still.
Yeah.
Why didn't you start with the tournament first? Why, there's so many things where you can be like, why did you do this instead of that?
I think they wanted to try to do something that didn't feel like been there, done that, but
but something's better to do it been there, but done that, but do it better this time.
Yeah.
Just do it a much better job this time.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't mind been there than done that. Just do a better job.
Yep.
A much more. It's like, okay. It's like you have remakes, been there but done that. But the remakes actually do it a little bit better, just a much more polished up version of like the the previous movie.
It should be like kind of like modernized the new version.
Like kind of like Planet of the Apes almost.
Yes.
Or how about Ocean's 11?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And same thing. They did a heist.
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale. Exactly. Hey, let's take a James Bond movie. Pretty much do the exact same thing before, but just make more modern.
An origins James Bond movie.
Yes.
And just
modernize James Bond.
Yeah.
It worked out perfectly. Because he's still James Bond. He still has the same characteristics as James Bond, but he's more of a badass. And it's kind of like, it's not like all the gadgets and all this shit. They just like, made it more down to earth, grounded. And then later on, they start bringing the gadgets a little by little, Yeah, perfect. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
All right. Moving on to another beloved franchise of Pete's. Transformers 7 has a title. Rise of the Beasts.
Is this fucking Michael Bay still?
No.
Who's directing?
Good question.
Please tell me it's not Michael Bay, or he has nothing to do with this movie. Please.
It's probably going to be funded by him, I'm guessing.
It's probably produced by him.
Well, that's produced then. But I hope it's that guy who did Bumblebee.
Transformers 7.
The next Transformers movie will be set in the 90s and introduces new robots based on the Beast Wars cartoon. It is also called Rise of the Beasts, and it comes out June 24th, 2022. Stephen Capel Jr. takes over for Michael Bay as director. But is he Stephen Capable? The cast is headlined by Anthony Ramos, star of Hamilton, in this month's In the Heights, along with Dominique Fishback from Judas and the Black Messiah.
Mm-hmm. And also Dominic De Rosa is also in the movie. He's just been in a couple movies, but nothing too major here. And that's mostly it.
Stephen Capel Jr. is known for his directing in the movie that you might have seen called Creed 2. and Grownish and The Land.
Yes.
Creed 2 is a good movie.
There you go. So, capable director. Let's see.
We'll see capable script. Let's see, the script is capable. I've seen good directors direct bad movies because of the script in the movie studio. So, for instance, I believe was it Ayers, who he directed first Suicide Squad. He also did End of Watch. So there you go.
I mean, you got Mr. Kenneth Branagh, who directed Artemis Fowl that came out last year. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens. My only problem with that is, so they go into Beast Wars, right? Which actually I've seen Beast Wars, and it's very underrated show. I thought like everybody talks about the original Transformer cartoons from the 80s, but I thought that was a really cool. It's CGI base, but it's still. I thought they did a good job. And the story was pretty damn good. And they had some cool characters like Dinobot and this and that. Yeah, I thought it was really good. But my only problem is, the reason why they did that, the whole Beast Wars thing, was they landed on Earth in the prehistoric era. So that's why I think Megatron at the time was a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Optimus Prime was like an ape. And, they have Dinobot and all these other characters in that time. So there were no humans involved. So I'm just wondering, how can you explain them turning to beasts in the 90s? Doesn't make sense here. I understand they want to have the human element involved.
But we may not have a human element.
True.
They didn't say this takes place on Earth.
True. Possible. I don't know. It's hard to say though. Like,
we need a trailer.
I feel like they might go to this route. Now it's funny. Now I feel like a lot of movies are going to be all 90s based because it's going to be 30 years. So everything's going to be, they're going to do a 90s Transformers on 90s. The whole 90s craze might happen again. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know, man. I wish it was the same guy who did Bumblebee. I thought he did a great job with that movie. I actually, that's my favorite Transformer movies, hands down. And unfortunately, didn't get that much love,
which is probably why he's not back.
Exactly, but it wasn't his fault.
We'll see. I'm on a wait and see. We'll see what this director can do. You guys both like Creed 2, so
I'll tell you what I think.
You still haven't seen Creed 2?
Creed.
All right. Okay.
Have you seen Creed 1?
Yeah, I've seen Creed 1. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I have not seen
great at.
I have not seen Creed 2 though. No, not happening.
Creed 2 is great. It's a sequel to the first Creed and a sequel to Rocky 4, if that makes sense.
It makes sense. I know about it. I just haven't seen it yet.
All right. Okay. So there's a chance that more MCU prequels could be on the way.
No, thank you.
Yes, Kevin Feige did say that. He did say that the other day because Black Widow will not be the only prequel movie.
Question to you is then, sir, to you gentlemen, actually.
Yeah.
What would you like to see as an MCU prequel?
Now, are we talking prequel as in like before the MCU?
I'll go ahead. I'll give you an example. The years of Bucky becoming Winter Soldier.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking.
That'd be a cool prequel.
Even some older Wakanda stuff would be really cool to see, like the previous Black Panther, to see like younger T'Challa's dad. I forget his name. Yeah, exactly. To see all that stuff.
It's adventures. Yes, yes, that would be cool. That makes sense. So to see what he would. Because you can't do a prequel of Doctor Strange because that was an origin story. You can't do a prequel.
Did I hear we were going to get a Thor, like a young Thor? I thought I heard something about us getting a young Thor.
Yeah, young Thor would be cool because you can see his adventures, during that time. Some of his adventures, yes, that would be cool.
Yeah, there's nothing we can really get of Iron Man though. We've already been like tapped out of Iron Man. So
no, there's no prequel to that. What are you gonna do? Him being Tony Stark? That's gonna be the whole movie.
So you could technically do a Captain America prequel by making it the separate timeline Captain America with him and Peggy Carter together, having adventures together. So you could technically do that.
Possibly. You can do something like that.
You
Yes.
can't really do Stephen Strange.
Nope. Can't do Ant-Man.
Nope, can't do Ant-Man. Well, yes, you can.
No,
Michael Douglas Ant-Man. Yeah.
Michael Douglas saying you can do. Yes, that you can do a Michael Douglas Ant-Man because he did have adventures there. He was like, so yes, you can do a prequel on him. And the Wasp, the original Wasp. Let's see. Hulk, you can't do a prequel.
Nick Fury, you could totally do prequels on.
No, you can do a preview. You can do a prequel to Hulk. That whole title sequence in Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, you can possibly. You can do it. It won't be like. I'm trying to think what other characters. There's not that many because most of the characters have been.
What place was that in? That
But okay, hold on.
Hawkeye and Black Widow. What do they always? Budapest? Is that it?
Yeah.
We can finally see Budapest,
right?
maybe.
But here's the thing, though. The funny thing about this movie, Black Widow, is not really a prequel because it's between Civil War and
I have a feeling we're going to get a heavy dose of her background though in this movie.
Yeah, and I would suspect like. Only reason I said Bucky is because of the fact that there's a timeline there that there's a huge gap there that's missing.
Yeah,
there is,
and then they could easily just tap into that. And since they still have Sebastian Stan with them on the contract, they can easily tap into that and go after that particular thing if they wanted to do an MCU prequel.
I feel that movie will be very dark though, because it's just him being a cold-blooded killer. That's all will be him being a cold-blooded killer throughout the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because he had no real control, no self-control. So, I don't know if MCU will go that dark. I had no problem seeing something like that. I think it'll be awesome, but yeah, that's the only thing about it. But I'm trying to think what other character. There's not too many characters really, because everything's been origin stories.
They could do Captain Marvel. There's a lot of space in between. We haven't seen
Thanos actually.
Marvel.
Thanos.
Yeah.
Thanos would be a definite origin story.
You could do a lot with the Guardians as well. There's a lot missing from the Guardians that you haven't seen, like Gamora.
Yeah.
Rocket and Groot.
Yeah, Rocket and Groot, Gamora, Star-Lord, really.
Star-Lord, yeah, you could probably see Star-Lord and his and Yondu.
Yeah,
they're like misadventures. Yeah, made just young Star-Lord Yondu and him teaching everything about him. That's a very possibility. I think Thanos would be really cool too, just because seeing his rise to the how he maybe became evil or became bad and rose to the top. Actually, villains would be pretty cool too. I think some of the villains would be really cool to see their backstory. So Killmonger, this is his rise, his growth. That's another thing because he's a badass. What was it? Assassin, I believe it was, or mercenary, I want to say. So that's another character you can see a lot of. So yeah, you got to pick and choose though, because like some of the main characters you can't do no backstories or no origin story, but some of the other characters, smaller characters, you can probably do some.
Yeah, we could. Just a thought. Let's see what was coming. What do you guys thought?
I'm just like my whole thing is like I said, it's more picking and choosing and seeing what works and what doesn't work.
I'll be honest, man. Just give me sequels. Honestly, I'd
rather see the story go forward instead of like us going back.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, 100% agree. But there, like I said, if you can fill a cool story, like cool holes into the story, sure, that can work also.
But leave it as a TV show and have it like 6 episodes, and
yes,
the films just go forward. You can do TV shows and have them plug those little holes. 6 episodes each. Boom, done. Okay, no problem.
Oh, Black Widow is around the corner, so we'll see how good that movie is.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. All right, on to our next trailer reacts. We got a lot of trailers today, by the way.
Cool.
Right, let's go.
Next one up here. Hide this. Let's do this, and let's do that, and let's do this.
Robert Dubois. He's in prison for putting Superman in the ICU with a kryptonite bullet.
I'm not joining your suicide squad.
We'll see.
My court date is coming up. And Miss Waller said maybe you could help me out.
You're flexing in my door!
Everyone stand down.
Miss Waller, I don't...
Stand down!
I wouldn't take such extreme measures if this mission went more important than you could possibly imagine. Are you in or out? Good. Let's meet your team.
It's okay, I'm not okay.
Each member is chosen for his or her own completely unique set of abilities.
I need to feel the raindrops on my head, on my head.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Had to go number 2.
Good to know.
Is this thing a dog?
A dog? What kind of dog do you think it is, mate?
I'm gonna go with Afghan Hound.
Oh my god, is it a werewolf?
Yo, they tell me this is a werewolf! Yo, let me out! Hey, he's not a werewolf, okay? He's a weasel.
He's harmless. I mean, he's not harmless. He's killed 27 children, but, you know.
Your mission is to destroy every trace of something known only as Project Starfish. Any questions?
Starfish is a slang term for a butthole. Think there's any connection?
No.
No. All right. Let's get it.
This is suicide. Well, that's kind of our thing.
I'm a superhero!
That's my dad.
I'm gonna get you out of real life.
I'm going to get you out of here alone.
Ratatouille, what do you got?
Bird.
Now it. Stay off the comm.
All right, that is the Suicide Squad. I believe that is the final trailer because this is trailer number 3.
When's that coming out?
August.
Nice. Getting some bangers in the old theater, huh?
Yeah. And it also will be available on HBO Max as well. Day 1. August 6th.
Really?
Yes.
I'm actually looking forward to this.
I'll probably watch it on the HBO Max then.
Yeah.
I'm actually really looking forward to this.
Of course you are.
I
You're a
think,
huge John Cena fan.
Not even that. I think I like James Gunn as a director. I think I've seen him doing Guardians movies. Also, I also seen I believe I forget what that movie's called. The Super. Yeah, it was The Super. That's a really good movie also. So seeing his work and just seeing the trailer and the fact that it made me laugh out loud, honestly, a couple of moments, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of sold to this movie, you know? And I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be probably one of DC's better movies. I have a feeling, you know. So we'll see.
An R-rated Shazam. That's what I'm going with, and I'm all for it.
Yes, yes, and I'm all for it. And Shazam is my favorite DC movie, actually, DCEU movie. So if
Shazam is very excellent.
The same thing, like it is. It's an excellent movie. I feel that this movie is definitely gonna be great. I think. I do think like a lot of characters too are gonna really do well. You know what I'm saying? Gonna make you really like these characters. Like John Cena's character, I think it's gonna definitely try to steal the show.
Yeah. Pete Davidson's character, even though it may be short, but that made me laugh out loud like when I first saw it.
Well, even like the previous the previous trilogy goes like what was it? I believe Bloodsport. It was like. Idris Elba's character told him to go suck a bag of dicks. He's like, "Well, you want me to suck that? Like which one? What do you want me to do?" Like, and then he was like, "I'll suck everyone just for freedom or whatever." Like, you know, just for freedom, I'll do that. And I'm like, dude, this character's gonna be hilarious, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of great things about this movie and all that, and I'm actually pretty excited for this. So might be That might be the movie of the summer in my eyes. So we'll see. We'll see.
Wow.
You still got Black Widow. You still got.
You got Fast 9 coming out this Friday,
saying
buddy.
that. I'm saying that, guys. I'm saying that. Even I'm picking this a little bit more than Black Widow right now. So
even
we'll
Shang-Chi is in the summer too. I mean, oof. All right.
I think this John Cena movie is better than the other John Cena movie, though. So that's my. That's
better than Bumblebee? Really, Pete? Thought you just said that was your favorite Transformers
That's great.
movie.
No. I'm saying this summer. This summer, not last.
Oh, what was this movie last
3 years
summer?
ago?
No, what was this? What was
Fast Furious.
Oh, Fast and Furious. Yes, that's coming out Friday. That's coming out Friday. That's right.
Coming this summer. Yeah, that movie.
Don't forget
Vin Diesel's brother, even though it doesn't look like him.
Yeah, they look similar
at all.
But yeah, let's have him as a villain and have him play his brother, since Vin Diesel's all been about family up until this point for some odd reason.
Yeah, he doesn't that family, that family, I guess. That's one John Cena's family.
Not that family.
Not that guy.
Moving on to Mr. Ben Simmons and the NBA playoffs.
Oh my God.
Shout out to the 35 million that Ben Simmons is still owed over the next 4 years.
Hold up. That's what I wanted to ask you. How much is this guy getting paid again?
Too much.
Too much. Way
How much
too much.
is this guy getting paid?
Hold on.
135 million? Or
I sent you a text.
Did you? I don't know. I don't think I got it. But yeah, he's getting paid.
I'll look for it. Go ahead.
Yeah, just let's find out. Anyways, banger of playoff series. I think these playoffs have been excellent. You know, like what we had, I believe the Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks won Game 7. Could have ended in a 3-point by Kevin Durant, but he failed short. Big win for the Bucks.
Bro. That shot, though. Did you see that shot?
I don't think I did.
I don't
actually,
know what you're talking about.
I don't think
the jump shot that,
but I know
that Kevin Durant did in the final seconds of that game. Like, unfortunately, it was a 2, but oh my God, that shot was amazing. Like a turnaround, just jumper, and it just so happens his foot was on the line. His toes were on the line. That was it.
So in the offseason, Mr. Ben Simmons signed a 5-year, $177 million contract.
What?
I actually have a skit right here.
Free throws, man.
Hold on. I have a skit right here. Hold on.
Oh my God, that guy can't even make free throws, man. And he's getting paid that much.
And y'all can find me for saying this, but I don't think I like the game of basketball anymore because of the 2016 #1 draft pick, Ben Simmons. What you did out there was nothing short of a miracle. I need you to stand up, and I'm gonna ask you a question, Ben. Can I read off your stats? Now, to all the other players, please do not react when I'm reading Ben's stats off. Somebody bring me Ben's stats. Ben Simmons played 36 minutes and had 5 points. He shot 4 times. Don't do it. Don't react, y'all. And last game, he shot 6 times. And the game before that, he shot 4 times again. Ben, I have a question for you. Can you please answer this? Who on the Hawks is scaring you? Is it Trae Young? Is it Gallinari? Who is it, Ben? Are you scared of the ball? What is it? Because you went under the goal and Trae Young was right there and you passed the ball off. Dunk on his little ass. What are you doing? You are 6'10", Ben. He like 5'11" at best. They stat padding him. Dunk on him. And listen, MB, I'm gonna be honest. If I was you, I would just start looking for another team. Just look for try the Celtics, try some Dallas or something. Somebody could use you. But guess what though? The Sixers don't deserve you no more. They don't. This team here, they don't want to play all the time. It's do or die here. Like you gotta drop 30 every game. I know it's tiring. So I'm with you. I'm gonna help call coaches if I need to. What else do you need me to do? I'm sick of this shit. Every time I'm with a good organization, that organization starts pulling some bullshit. I don't really believe in the Illuminati or no shit like that, but I don't know. I might give it some belief now. I might. This don't make no sense. I don't see how this keep happening to me. But guess what? I ain't gonna lose no more sleep over it because y'all seen it here first. Ben Simmons, 5 points, 4 shots. George Hill, I ain't forgot about your 21 minutes, 3 points. That game wasn't on me, and I'm gonna stand on that. I'm out.
Oh my god. That pretty much sums it up right there.
Yeah.
That sums it up.
Oh man. Oh, it was terrible.
I'm just saying though, one thing. When you get paid 177 million, or when you're getting paid that much and you're not producing, man, you definitely. And this is not the first time he's done it. Like last year, I believe too, as well. He continuously does this, and I'm sorry, man. This guy better do something next year. If I was the Sixers, I'll cut him or find a way to do something with him, trade him, or do something. Take it as a loss if you have to, because this is ridiculous. This guy, you're getting paid that much. Joel Embiid is doing whatever he can to win the games. He's playing his ass off to try to win the games. I know he's injury prone, but he's still trying to win the games. But still, this 4 points. I mean, you get the assists.
So
fine.
what happened to him? Because he's a 3-time All-Star. He's like a 2-time NBA All-Defensive Team. He was Rookie of the Year. Like he was a steals leader. Like what happened?
I don't know where he lost his confidence. But it's definitely a confidence thing, because when you're afraid to take shots, when you're afraid to, when you're not shooting a free throws, when you can't even make free throws, like you're like 30% on the free throw line, it's definitely to do with confidence. I don't know where his confidence just went, but I know. Here's my thing,
But he's never been a good free throw shooter, dude. The best free throws he did was 62%. Like that's not good. So and I mean, his steals though are good. His assists are good. His rebounds are okay. Like I don't know. I don't think he's worth that much, but
no,
it's not at all. I mean, it's bad though. It's bad because I've seen the Sixers. I mean, honestly, dude, if he just produced, if you made some points, the Sixers would have won the series easily. That's all you need to do. Make some shots. Make some points, be somebody besides then go into Joel Embiid, be another offensive scorer. They would have won the series easily. But because they didn't do anything, Hawks stole it. I wouldn't even say they stole it. They won it. I'm not even saying stole. They won the series. But, good for the Hawks. Good for them. I'm glad they won, because I don't think the Sixers deserve to win, not with that play. Sorry. So good for the Hawks. We'll see, man. They might go to the finals. You never know. Good for that organization, but good for Trae Young. He became a stud.
Yeah.
But Ben Simmons, man, if he doesn't produce next year, I mean, I feel that's just bad.
So now that everything's
Where's your
changed,
thoughts? I know you.
I mean, it's been crazy. Now we don't have Durant. Now everyone's bracket, future bracket, this was for. No one thought this was going to happen. So I'm going to say
no.
Hell, it could be Suns and Milwaukee.
I think that the Suns are gonna basically walk through the championship. I think Suns got it.
Did you guys? By the way, did anybody catch that game-winning dunk from last night's game? How ridiculous that was!
I didn't watch it.
Oh, it was 0.09 seconds. He made a baseline pass, an alley-oop pass to I forgot the player's name, but yeah, it was literally 0.9 seconds dunk. I mean, it was amazing play, dude. I mean, what a great series, dude! All these you've been seeing
and now
game series.
Now Chris Paul's back. It's over. It's over.
Possibly, yeah.
Suns are.
Kawhi is still not back to the Clippers, and they desperately need Kawhi back.
I'm crowning
the
Suns as champions right now.
But you know what's funny though? That game, last night's game, the Clippers should have won that game. All Paul George needed to do is make those 2 free throws, and he would have won that game. He missed those 2 free throws in the end of the game. They came back and they did that dunk. The Clippers should have stole like they didn't.
I can look back at anybody's 2 free
it's one of
throws
those
throughout
things
the whole
where,
game,
like-
Pete, and make the same argument.
Yeah.
True. But,
By the
in
time
crunch
LeBron
time,
misses this.
that would have sealed the deal.
Yeah, that's true.
I tell you what, though. But it should be an entertaining playoffs, too. I don't know. So, we'll see what happens. I mean, Milwaukee's playing the Hawks tonight. We'll see how that series goes. It should be very interesting. The cool thing about it, Suns, they won NBA Finals. The last time they were in the NBA Finals was 1993, where they lost to the Bulls. Clippers never been to the finals. You got Milwaukee. The last time they won a championship was in 1971, so it's 50 years since they won a championship. And then you have the Hawks. The last time they won a championship, they were in St. Louis, and that was 1958 when they beat the Celtics. And that was like with Bob Cousy and I believe Red Auerbach is coaching, and oh my goodness, my memory is like really going out of it. Name me another player from that team, Ant or Chris.
I got nothing.
Center, anybody, help me out here.
I got nothing.
Ant.
It's not Bill Walton, was it? Or
Oh
not?
my goodness, it's well, not Bill Walton. It's that's like from the Celtics, later on in the 80s. It's who's great? Who's good? Because they're one of the greatest players.
Will Chamberlain?
Not Will Chamberlain. Not this is gonna drive me nuts. It's
Center for.
Oh my God! Why am I forgetting the name?
All right. Let's try to help Pete it out.
Center. Hold up. I'm gonna come up. Yeah, center.
We got you, Pete.
And not what's that?
For the Hawks?
No. From the Celtics. Back in the 50s.
1950s. Celtics centers. Mm-hmm. Bill Russell?
Bill Russell, thank you. Oh Jesus, Bill Russell.
I had the first name
Bill
right.
Russell.
It's got the wrong last name.
Bill Russell's team, the Celtics, the Hawks, St. Louis Hawks beat that Celtic team, which to me is considered one of the greatest teams of all time because they won 8 championships, and I believe Bill Russell was on that team. So that's the team I was talking about.
Okay. Right.
Jeez, sorry, guy, totally forgot that name.
All right, Pete. I know you haven't seen it since you were a kid, so.
Well, they were in black and white at the time, so it was like the big box TVs at that time. So yeah,
I know you know all about those, Pete.
Yeah.
Oh, those box TVs.
Oh, dude, you know what? I really actually had a black and white TV back in like.
I know with your 3
That was
channels.
our first television back in the 80s. I'm not even joking. Oh my goodness.
Pete was amazed when he went from the
It was so
Atari
bad.
to the ColecoVision to the Nintendo.
Never played the Atari. My first system was a Nintendo. Thank you very much.
Well, it just proves you're not a real gamer.
Still pretty freaking old to this day, though. That's like. Hey, Ann, how you gonna feel, man? In about 5 years, that's gonna be the 40 years.
For what?
40 years in the 5 years. That system.
For the
Nintendo.
Nintendo. Oh, there was a
1986?
there was a birthday today, turning 25 years
What
old
was
today. The N64.
Oh,
what?
Holy shit!
25 years
feel
old
now?
today.
Don't you feel old?
Even Chris feels old.
Don't you feel
Holy
old?
shit!
25 years old to the day.
Oh wow, yeah. I'm old.
Where would you rank that in Nintendo's
all old.
all-time consoles?
1.
Like the best?
Really?
Me personally, as me not being a Nintendo fan, but me always remembering what Nintendo had back then. and how excited I was to play whenever I would go to like demo stations at Walmart or Best Buy, and I'll sit there, crank my neck up, and look up stuff like that. I'll always remember playing the 64. The controller was unique. It was different, but it was cool. It worked well. I remember Smash. I remember GoldenEye. Yeah, I'm gonna say 64 is number one.
So I'm gonna take this a different direction, because while it had great games on there, I'm gonna say that is the second worst Nintendo console of all time.
Ooh,
What?
And it's not because of the games.
What's a first? What's the worst actually?
Wii U. Is that even an argument?
That's not.
The Wii U is the reason I don't like Nintendo this day. So, I'm going to tell you though why the N6. So because of, and again, I'm going to be honest with you, it has nothing to do with the games that were on there, because Zelda was amazing, Mario was amazing, GoldenEye, like Chris was saying, amazing, Mario Kart, all those it ushered in 3D gaming. All that's cool. What they did was they put the damn games on cartridges, which made all the third parties leave. And that is why it is the second worst Nintendo console.
Okay, you're going from an
like
industry
bad,
standpoint,
like business decision, and not like impact of. Yeah, you're looking at an industry standpoint, which doesn't really matter. Really,
it doesn't matter.
How you enjoy
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Absolutely, it matters. It completely matters with the whole. And I'm talking about what does it mean 25 years later to the industry. That's where I'm talking about it. Because do you have an Xbox?
Okay, what
maybe not.
25 years. Okay, this is what it means. This is what it means. Introduce platform gaming, 3D platform gaming, which to me revolutionized the whole. If it wasn't for Mario 3D, wasn't for Mario World or Mario 64.
So you're telling me they would never have 3D games if it wasn't for, no. The games would still count.
They will never have it, but it's a foundation. It's a game was to 3D gaming, to 3D platform games. It really was.
If there wasn't GoldenEye, we wouldn't have Call of Duty what it is right now.
Exactly. It's like those games really built the foundation to all these games.
But again, we're talking about the game. I'm talking about the console. The console itself. Those games could have still been on a CD-based console.
You're looking at hold on. You're more focused on the whole industry as a standpoint. The industry, it doesn't matter. It's what you.
I'm asking what is the last
memorable the system was.
I'm asking.
Games were.
I'm asking what is the lasting effect of the N64? Where do we rank it amongst Nintendo consoles? And I'm telling you why I think it's the second worst Nintendo console, because it really set them back in the industry. It set Nintendo themselves back. You say that they made these awesome 3D platformers, but it set the company back, and they didn't even recover, Pete, until the Wii came out. And I could argue with you that set them back.
Mad because, yeah, okay. I think you're more mad about you as a Nintendo guy, what they did to you, to them as a company as a whole.
I'm not
and
mad.
How they should have, like, if they went a different direction. What?
Pete, I still bought Nintendo consoles.
Well, it sounds like you're mad.
I bought Nintendo consoles as my main consoles for generations after that, so that had no effect on me. I'm just saying that Nintendo themselves shot themselves in the foot by making that console cartridge, because the rest of the industry was moving to CDs.
Okay. Forget the whole industry standpoint. I'm looking more at like, what games did it have that were awesome that we still remember to this day?
We're talking about the 25th anniversary of the console, not of the games, though, Pete. I'm talking about the 25th anniversary of the console.
Okay, but did they?
No, but we're talking about.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, like when you think about it, though, I don't know. I see what you're saying, but I just remember the excitement of actually getting ready to play one because of the controller, because of yes, the games they had on it was cool. It's still cartridge, and when I kind of like cartridge. They never really went away from cartridge. If you go to talk about DS or Game Boy Advance or anything like that, they never actually really moved away from it. and didn't really hurt them then.
I mean, hell, they still have a cartridge for the damn Switch, for God's sakes. It's this little small cartridge. It's
Not,
not for the
not
Switch.
technically a cartridge. It's a memory card. And
oh my God! What do you want to call it? It's not a CD.
Okay, Pete. So, got a question for you then. On your little memory card that you're putting in your Switch, what if there's an update to a game? What's it doing then?
Downloading to the system?
I don't know.
What's the point of the card?
Yeah.
To read off the base game.
But at some point, but does it really matter? You can buy and download the base game. So I'm just putting like Pete's like the cartridge is nothing. Like the cartridge means nothing at that point.
I mean, the CD, even the CDs we get now, our computers are nothing because everything installed onto our actual systems.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't buy physical games anymore.
Exactly.
It just okay. I'm thinking of it as a system standpoint. I really enjoyed the system 25 years ago. I was excited whenever I got to play it. I like holding the controller. I remember the games. I remember that I was more excited to play those games than in that generation than any other generation of Nintendo. I would say.
They had some memorable games. They really did have a lot of memorable games. I mean, I think they had quality over quantity at that time because I think honestly, when you look at their library, it's not that much. I think it's only 200 games or something like that.
So,
which is really not
so here's
a
my
lot
question.
at all. I think
So here's my question.
The original one had 1,000 games.
Pete and Chris got a question. Top 5 third-party games on the system. Go.
Third party.
I guess we're gonna go Rare, right? Or would that be second party?
No, that was first party. Those were published by Nintendo. Top 5 third-party games.
Third-party games. Number one for me is No Mercy. Then No Mercy is number one for me, hands down.
Okay, a wrestling game is your number one game. Okay.
I never played it. I don't
Best
even
wrestling game of all time. Would you argue with that? Would you argue with that yet?
It's a pretty weak third-party game for your top. Just saying.
I don't really have.
How many times have you played that game, man?
I don't even know what third-party games they had. To be honest with you, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't remember.
What was that, Pete?
No, he doesn't like my answer because I'm actually proving.
You're not proving any point. I can tell you. I can tell you right now.
But I would say that Body Harvest is great. I really enjoyed Body Harvest.
So you'd put No Mercy above like Resident Evil, which is still making bangers to the day. You'd put it over Castlevania Symphony of the Night. You'd put it over Final Fantasy VII. I'm just curious. Like
I'm putting it over as a great game for their genre. As a great game for their genre, they're probably one of the best wrestling games of all time. You can ask a lot of people; they'll probably say the same thing.
It's a great wrestling game, Pete, but it's not like it's still not.
Aren't you the guy who actually said about Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil games that kind of sucked? Didn't you say the PlayStation games that kind of sucked? Even though they made a big impact, you're like, oh yeah, the cutscenes were terrible. That's what you used to say.
They were absolutely
me on that.
Corny and hokey.
So you're being critical about one thing, but not critical on another thing, huh?
Oh, dude, you want me to talk about the bugs in No Mercy? Like the game clearing bug that wipes out all the memory? How about that, Pete? How's that?
That was
but okay. So
it's still a thing. Yeah, it'll wipe out your whole entire memory.
It's still a thing. But we can nitpick every little thing back in those games too, if we want to. I can nitpick the voice acting.
If your top game is a wrestling game for a third party, dude, first of all, it's a limited audience because it's only gonna be wrestling fans playing it. And second of all,
how so? I've seen a lot of people play.
Dude, it was only wrestling fans that played it.
You say that,
Pete,
but okay. And
you really think
fans were what 5 million?
You really think non-wrestling fans are playing it? Okay, how many copies did that game sell, Pete?
How many? I don't know how many. It was really in the dying moments of the N64. So what was it, like the last year or so? So okay, what's your top 5, Ant? Third-party games. Do you have them?
Yeah, I'd have to go out on a ringer to even find 5, but probably something like Space Station Silicon Valley. Very good game right there.
Body Harvey.
Probably Rogue Squadron.
Works okay.
There-
Which is Rogue Squadron. Yeah, it's a great game, right?
There's not many, man. It's. I did not have many third-party games. I can tell you that right now.
Well,
Yeah, but it's not
I
like
never owned one myself, so I can't really say mine. But I can tell you straight off the bat, like which ones I actually really the games I enjoyed on the system was Super Mario 64, GoldenEye, Smash, Mario Kart. What's another one? Pokemon Snap. Like I remember all those games. I remember playing all of those different games. I remember actually with being with a girlfriend at the time, and she actually rebought a 64, and we rebought all of those games I just mentioned, and we would replay them. We didn't think about anything else because guess what? The fact that those were our top games to play.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I enjoy the system.
But here's my thing though. Like it's funny how we're mentioning PlayStation didn't really have that many first party games though. All their support was third party games. Now, compared to the third party games, well, how many okay, let me ask you something, Ant. How many first party games can you name for the PlayStation?
I can name Legend of Dragoon.
At that time, they were great.
Game.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yep,
One game.
Crash, Spyro. That's multiple games. Multiple
would you rank
Spyro
them against
games.
Nintendo's first party game? Would you rank them against Nintendo's first party game?
I would say yeah. I would say they're up there with them.
No, that's full of shit, and because like Zelda Ocarina of Time was better, way better. Mario 64 was way better. Mario Kart was way better. I mean, let's be honest, man. You're making an argument for something that you rarely play those games. Now, their first
Spyro's
party
pretty close,
was
Pete.
definitely way
You can
better.
say whatever you want, but Spyro's not too far off.
Did you beat Spyro, the game?
I beat them, yes.
Oh, okay. Is it the originals or is it the remakes?
It's the originals.
Originals.
Oh, no. Did you? No, you didn't have a PlayStation though.
Yeah, I've had
you
a
played
PlayStation.
the remakes, right?
No, I have both. I bought the remakes and I had the originals. I had a PlayStation, Pete.
Okay. But which one you played more back then?
Well, I played N64 because I didn't have a PlayStation until later on.
I'm just,
you also have to remember, Pete.
Devil's advocate here, trying to find
when I started working, it was in 1999, and they were already coming onto the PlayStation 2 era. So I wasn't exactly. I didn't have money prior to that to buy PlayStations and N64s. So
I understand that. That's fine. We're all
take
broke
what was
at the
given
time.
to me.
I get it. I get it. I'm just saying though. My whole thing though, like what I'm trying to find is, I feel like Nintendo. I mean, hell, man, if we're including first party, then let's look all rare games. Let's look at GoldenEye. Let's look at Banjo-Kazooie. Let's look at Conkers. Let's look at what else? At Blast Corps. Killer Instinct. You can go on and on and on. Like Rare had a lot of tons of great games in the 64. That was like definitely their best era. So I mean, we go that route in that sense. GoldenEye is their best shooter, probably the best shooter of that generation for that matter. I think it's even better than Doom or Wolfenstein and all that at the time. Wouldn't you agree? In the 90s, it actually introduced a multiplayer. One of the first games that introduced a multiplayer.
Half-Life came out after.
What's that?
No, I'm
Yeah, it came out after.
I'm trying to think of like where like it was definitely the best.
After too.
It was definitely Quake was earlier than that. I had Quake on PC back in like 95 or 96. So
yeah, but I think GoldenEye was the first one to actually really do the multiplayer really well at the time.
Half-Life came out in 98. And then I would say at that point though, November 98.
97.
No, I know, but I'm saying so it had a year head start, but then I would say Half-Life definitely took over because Counter-Strike is still played to this damn day. So people still play freaking Counter-Strike, which is a mod of Half-Life. So you could say what you want about that, but Half-Life definitely had a more lasting effect.
Yeah, sure, because it's a PC. It's not like, you make it seem like Oh, we talk about the shelf life of that system and all that, but really, when you look at it, it definitely built a foundation to every single first-person shooter GoldenEye did. So
yeah, a non-online first-person shooter. I 100% agree with you. If you were talking about sitting on your couch playing with your friends, I agree. It was a great.
Here's the thing that what you're trying to do is I'm trying to prove a point. You're saying though the system didn't do it. You're saying the last impressions of the system, right? Now, because of third-party support, they went to cartridge didn't get that third-party support. That it hurt Nintendo. Sure, it did. In the long run, it did. Same time, when it comes to last impressions, Chris is right. The controller was great. It never revolutionized the way they play with the controller because it definitely did a great job. Rumble, the Rumble pack, they still use Rumble for a lot of the stuff, right?
I will give you that. To this day, I'm gonna have to say dual stick is better than the single stick, though. They had the first analog stick, but they weren't the first to put two sticks on there.
It introduced the analog stick, though, didn't it?
It did.
It introduced the analog stick, something that all systems, PlayStation and Xbox have been using the analog stick now.
Yeah, and they all use Rumble. They introduced that. I know. Super Nintendo introduced the
Rumble
shoulder buttons.
Nintendo introduced the first-person shooter multiplayer.
No. They did not introduce first-person shooter multiplayer, Pete. Back that up. PC had multiplayer first-person shooters, Pete.
Quake was first-person. And
which one?
Wasn't
Which one?
What's Tremulous?
No, I don't think it's multiplayer though.
Tremulous.
Doom. I don't think they're multiplayer yet. I think it was GoldenEye did the first multiplayer first-person shooter. Then Quake. Then all the other ones did it. But I think I want to say GoldenEye did it
Guinness Book
first.
of World Records has the first multiplayer shooter from 1987. It was called MIDI Maze. There you go.
Multiplayer shooter or 3D shooter?
The Guinness Book of World Records has it from 1987. First-person shooter, yes.
What are we talking about? Like literally, like blocks and all that? What are we talking about?
It doesn't matter.
87?
Doesn't matter.
Wait, how is that even an argument? I'm like, okay, you're trying to tell me. Let's not look at the facts. Let's look at popularity, for God's sakes. That's what we're looking at.
Let's not look at facts. The man just said, "Let's not look at facts."
No, you seem to be all about like, oh, let's change the subject. Let's look at the industry and all that. The industry, the industry.
I'm sorry for giving you.
You're looking at Guinness Books of World Records for 1987. Did you play that game?
No, I didn't play that game.
Exactly. So what are we talking about?
I'm just telling you, Pete, that there was multiplayer shooters before whatever you call that game.
You didn't even know about it. You're a gamer.
I wasn't a gamer. When wasn't I a gamer?
No, that you're a gamer. You don't even know about this game. They had to look up Google Guinness Book of World Records to find out. Oh, this was a multiplayer game.
Pete, you're just latching on, trying to say that Nintendo had this amazing game, but it wasn't the first. I'm telling you that right now.
It's the first popular one, man. That's the thing. You're trying to like change the argument and all. I'm trying to prove that 97. This came before Quake.
It was the first popular one on console, Pete. I will give you that.
Yes. Thank you. That's what I want to say, and it definitely changed the way gaming was played. That's what I'm trying to say.
How did it change the way gaming was played?
Let's see. So that was very popular GoldenEye. Then after Quake came out, then Half-Life, then Halo, then all these Call of Duty, all these shooters come out. Now it's like one of the number one genre in video games, shooting. And since first started GoldenEye.
But that didn't start it. That was the console.
Here's the thing, though. Your argument is you're saying that the NC4 is the second worst system ever. Because they changed the industry because they went to go to cartridge instead of CD. They lost a lot of third-party support. I'm trying to say my argument is Nintendo did a lot of great things. That system did a lot of great things to help the industry. And I'm trying to prove that at that point. So you're going with that argument. which saying that it has good third-party support. I'm trying to tell you this argument, which shows you Nintendo did a great job with the industry. That system did a good job helping the industry out. That's what I'm trying to prove.
Both you guys are right. We'll just leave it at that.
That's all I'm saying, though. No, I don't disagree. And here's the thing, though. I don't disagree with Anthony saying that, Nintendo should have went CDs. I agree. They should have went CDs instead of cartridges. They would have kept all the big third-party parties like Square, like Capcom, like Konami, like all that. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm trying to prove, like, listen, that system did a great job, too. It actually did do things that a lot of companies still use to this day. And that's my whole point I'm trying to make. So to me, it's not really the worst system. Just because Nintendo made a bad mistake.
I didn't say it was. It says the second worst system.
It's still second worst? I don't think so.
Okay, I could technically say which, in my opinion, was the worst Nintendo system. That if it wasn't for the Wii U, we wouldn't have the Switch.
This argument to us. Oh, okay, the worst, but I mean, if you look at more popularity-wise, I would say, even though I think GameCube was awesome, probably GameCube might have been one of the worst systems. It was worse because of the design. It's worse because some of their first-party games did not really make a huge impact. They went with Wind Waker and Sunshine and all that stuff, which they changed it. They changed the whole. They're trying to change their franchises. They weren't that popular. I would say GameCube's probably one of the worst. I would say Wii U definitely one of the worst too, because of like you said before, it didn't really do that well. It didn't sold well. Probably Wii will be right up there too, because even though it sold so many games, it literally was popular because of one game, that was Wii Sports. After that, like, I don't know, probably Super Nintendo's their best, in my opinion. Then Nintendo.
So you're telling me their best system came out in like '91? Wow, that's sad. That's sad state of affairs right there.
Anthony, we're arguing about systems. We're not arguing about like, oh my god, like you're telling me it's systems. Now, for PlayStation, it'll be PS2 their best system.
No, their best system's PS5. It just like the Xbox's best system's their Series X.
No, we were talking more popular, and that's the argument. Not saying which one's the best.
I haven't been talking popularity this whole time. I'm saying, like, the thing is every system that Sony or Microsoft makes, it gets better and better and better and better. You're saying the best Nintendo system is Super Nintendo.
Okay. But no, wait a minute. You first things first. See that your argument's going everywhere. First things first. You were talking about N64, and you're saying it's the second worst system not because it was popular back then. It's because it didn't change the industry. It changed the industry. It was very popular back then.
His argument was
that
the games weren't on CDs. If the games were on CDs, it would be probably ranked higher on his list. But unfortunately, it is not. And he's not going from a games perspective. Me and you, Pete, we're going from a games perspective.
Okay, Pete, they had
now in this perspective.
Hold on.
Looking back then.
Pete, they had like 10 bangers on the system, and that's it. They had like 10 bangers, and that was it. That's like the whole catalog is 10 bangers.
No, but you look at it. You look at it. The thing is, you're looking at back then. You didn't think of that way. You're looking at it now. Your perspective now. It's different though. But that's what I'm saying though. You got to look at perspectives and all that. Saying like, what lasting impression did these systems do then, and how they improve now? I've just said to you the reasons why 64 did a great job back then. Even though I agree it hurt Nintendo not doing CD. Honestly, the main thing that hurt Nintendo over any decision making is their online play. That's like the worst decision Nintendo ever made. Because if they had a good online play, honestly, I think there'll be problems.
That's still looming over them. Actually, if you want to go back, the worst decision they ever made was freaking censoring Mortal Kombat. Now, that set off a snowball effect that is still affecting them to this day.
I agree with that. That really was bad. No, that was a bad decision.
Yeah, if they put blood in Mortal Kombat, the whole industry has changed.
Yeah, because then it helped out Genesis. Genesis really became very popular back then. Became the alternative system.
Just like them shutting Sony out and then Sony going and making their own system, killed them, and that was a huge flaw. That caused they made so many wrong moves up until the Switch. That yes, they still have fans that are following them that are super hardcore, but I personally, who have followed them the whole way, I'm tired of it. I want game preservation. I want moving forward. I want 4K graphics. I want the best of the best. I don't want to be behind.
I wish you felt the same way about Nintendo like you do about wrestling. Unfortunately, because WWE is the same way too. Like I'm tired of them also for the last 10, 20 years. I'm tired of them. But I mean, you still become a fan, and I'm still kind of like I'm done with that, you know.
There you go,
so I
Pete.
moved on with them.
You should feel the same way about video games as you do your wrestling life, Pete.
No,
Then
I don't think
you could get on PlayStation or Xbox with me or Chris.
You know why? I feel I'm not as passionate. Maybe that's probably why about maybe that's why I don't feel as passionate or as when it comes to gaming. I do enjoy games. I do play games. But it's not something where I feel like I need to be straight up oh my God, I had to be team this or team that. I'm more like team hey, I don't mind playing my Nintendo or my Xbox or my PlayStation anytime I want if I can. You know, it's not like I have to be supportive, 100% supportive of this company because, I mean, it's whatever. You know, if they produce great games, they produce great games. If they don't, they don't. It's not a big deal to me. It's not like something where I'm like, oh man, what? Nintendo doing this now? So angry. No, I don't care. It's whatever. It is what it is. Like I said, I speak with my money. So if they put up a great game, I'll buy it. If they don't, I won't buy it. That's it. It's not a big deal. So
there you go.
But the thing is, though, I still feel NC4 did a good job though at that time. So I don't think they're as bad as you say it was at the time. So. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it.
That's fine, Pete.
I should move on because it's almost at 9 o'clock.
You can say that the system was great in the time. I'm looking at it as an overall thing. Second worst system. There you go.
All right. Glad we can pass things up. There you go. Good ending resolve right here. Good ending resolve. I like it. I love it a lot. On to our last trailer act, and hopefully we can get past these reviews here with enough time. So here we go.
This is where it all began. The story of Candyman. Local character, he walk around handing out candy to the neighborhood kids. One day, a couple of kids get razor blades in their candy. Police come around. That's when I saw the true face of fear.
Get on your knees. Hands!
They beat him, tortured him, killed him right there on the spot. A couple weeks later, more razor blades and more candy. He been innocent. So he's real? Candyman ain't a he. Candyman's the whole damn hive. If you're out here looking for Candyman, you ask me, stay away.
I feel really connected to this story.
Go on.
Right here, in this neighborhood, the legend started. And the legend is, if we say his name 5 times while looking in the mirror, we could summon him.
Summon the Candyman.
Hell no.
Candyman.
Anthony, no.
Candyman.
Stop.
I don't want to get creeped out in my new apartment before bed.
Candyman.
Black people don't need to be summoning.
I dare you.
Don't say that.
Say his name.
Candyman.
You better not do that last one.
Candyman. You want to be a part of the story, right?
No.
Say his name. Candyman.
Anthony? Anthony. Are you okay?
Anthony.
What the hell is going on?
This neighborhood is haunted.
I think I made a mistake. I brought him back.
Candyman isn't real.
He chose you. He has a purpose for you.
Tell everyone. New to the neighborhood. You should say it.
Candyman.
Say his name.
Candyman. Pete, I can't see it. There you go.
So the pretty nice name in there. They kept saying my name. The Ant-Man will show up. The real Ant-Man's gonna show up. They keep saying Anthony.
Oh,
I'm like, what up? Hey, I'm here. Real Ant-Man.
How many times? I'm more looking at how many times to say Candyman. It's like every time they say Candyman, they take a shot.
They said Anthony more than they said Candyman.
They don't say they just said more than 3 times.
Oh man,
Did they?
I'm here. I showed up, guys. Candyman looks creepy as hell. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, maybe. Looks good. Looks good. Like good psychological thriller or horror movie. It looks good and all that stuff. I never seen the original. I kind of always wanted to. I always, I think the reason why I always wanted to also because it's kind of like that old. They took that whole story of Candyman story, mixed it with Bloody Mary. The whole, say 3 times Bloody Mary might appear in the window.
Yep.
That's the whole so that they took that saying and all that stuff. So I always wanted to watch it, never did. Probably maybe that's going to be one of our movie reviews. Maybe like once this movie comes around, that'll be cool. So I can watch that. Yeah, it looks good. Like I said, I kind of want to see it first before I, like I said, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. I think it's different from the original one though. So.
It is somewhat different. Well, it is different in a way because the main character was Michelle Pfeiffer, and she was in it. She was a school teacher, I want to say, or something.
No, it was. I'm sorry, it was not Michelle Pfeiffer. It was. I forgot the actress name, but it's not Michelle Pfeiffer. It was.
What was she in?
Shit, that's kind of cool. Was that?
What else was she in?
She's not a famous actress.
Yes, she is.
She was in The Prophecy, the movie The Prophecy.
Oh, Candyman. It was Virginia Madsen.
Madsen, yeah.
Virginia Madsen, thank you. That's who it was.
Sideways.
And what's the name?
Oh, Dune, that's a good one.
And and I'm saying, who's it? Who played Candyman's Todd? It was
Tony Todd.
Oh, Tony Todd, yeah.
Anthony. Tony Todd, thank you.
Todd.
Tony Todd, who's really awesome. He was actually the Undertaker in the Final Destination.
Yes.
So
I think he's actually in this movie.
So yeah,
too.
Is he? That's awesome.
I think so.
He's actually he's a really cool actor.
Yes, he's actually
really
in
small
the
roles
movie
in a lot
as
of
well.
places. But he does such a good job, man. He's a really good actor, Tony Todd.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this movie goes. We'll see. Any thoughts, Ant?
That's good. I won't go see it in the theater because I'm too scared. But it's something I would watch, like on like HBO or Netflix.
I'll watch it.
What's the last horror movie you've seen?
This is a Jordan Peele produced movie, so yeah, I probably will. I'm definitely going to go watch it.
Actually, the last horror movies I think we've seen were the ones we watched last year, like Hereditary, which to me is still a freaky movie, man.
Yeah. Last
Yes.
October was the last ones I watched as well.
Yeah.
I don't go
Yeah.
out of my way to watch horror movies. I'll tell you that right
Freaky
now.
movie, Hereditary.
Come on.
Nope.
We got Fear Street coming out next
You
month.
did like,
Come on.
you did like
I will watch Fear Street. That looks good.
All right.
and you did like the Halloween movie. The
I
remake,
did, even though
whatever.
it was scary
The
as hell.
sequel.
Yeah, it was scary. All right.
Not that scary.
Loki in review. Let's do it.
There you go. Move on. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, whoa. Anthony's
yeah.
being a rebel, man. He's like,
No, this episode sucked. Straight up. This episode sucked. Ass.
No Owen Wilson. A lot of what seems to be pointless dialogue between either Lady Loki or Enchantress, whatever the hell you want to call her,
Yeah, it was pointless. I
and
agree.
Loki. It may
I
be
think it's Enchantress.
yeah, it may be pointless. It may not be pointless. Most of anything that Loki ever says is pointless because he's always just going to stab you in the back anyways.
Right.
And I still trying to figure out the end of the show where they're fighting these random like pseudo Judge Dredd wearing blue guy police force while this asteroid / moon's like coming down on the city and the whole world's about to be destroyed. Why are they still trying to fight him and get arrested? Who knows?
How did Loki become telekinetic powers and be able to move a building with his freaking mind? How was he able to do that?
Yeah, that's true though. Where did that come from? Where did that come from too? You know what my problem is though, like, okay. So okay, I understand why he was kind of nerfed. Like, I mean, I understand we didn't have no powers when he was in the TVA because there's no magic, right? So he couldn't use his powers and all that stuff. He still had the fighting style though. I feel like he's kind of weak, but then when he fights her, he's like a badass. But she seemed really nerfed from like the previous, like, so she can destroy the TVA pretty
They built her
single-handedly.
up so much to these
Yeah.
first 2 episodes, and for them to come out like this afterwards is just like a limp dick episode of a performance filled with character filler.
Yeah, like
of a
she
six-
was
of a
supposed to be this
six-episode
really
season.
smart.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Limp dick. I
Yeah,
like
like
it.
she's supposed to be this really awesome character, right? She's supposed to be better than Loki, or the superior Loki, blah blah blah. She's not really even Loki, probably. She's the Enchantress, but she's supposed to be a superior character, and somehow like Loki is completely undermining her every moment. Like she kind of undermines her. She kind of like trick, like he's kind of like now he has the upper hand, kind of, and all that stuff. She gets literally tricked into getting shot by that old woman. Like it's just like things like that. Like you're supposed to be smarter than this. Why are you being so dumb now? Why is it that the first 2 episodes you're supposed to be like, oh, we cannot find her, we don't know where she's at. She's totally like TVA could not even figure her out. Yet they easily capture Loki, but for some reason they couldn't capture her. But now she's like literally equal to Loki, and she can't like figure this whole thing out. Like it just seems to me like where's the story progression going? Because there's no
I'm
story
just gonna
progression.
tell you
And it's
that I'm just gonna tell you right now that I watched most of the Mandalorian episodes the day they came out, and then again before the next episode. I have no desire to rewatch these shows.
No.
None.
Well, it's funny though, because honestly, so usually, yeah, you're right. Because every time there's a like Thursday, I'll be like literally watching Mandalorian at 3:00 at night. Like really, first thing first, I'll watch it. I was not even excited to watch this. I actually forgot. Oh shit, it's Wednesday. I gotta watch Loki. That's pretty much how I went by it. I gotta watch Loki.
And it didn't disappoint.
Honestly, I'm not even joking. Oh yeah, I gotta watch Loki. And so I watched it, and I'm like, oh, okay. Man, and it's so funny, dude. I love Marvel. I love the character Loki, but it's not doing anything for me. This is not doing anything for me. It's not really doing, like, not progressive story, not doing anything where, like, I'm like, why are we having this? Like, what's the point? Why, like, Loki had an awesome ending in the end game, an awesome, like, in conclusion to his story. I'm excited to see more of him. But we're not getting anything where it's like, what's the point of this? Where's this going? Yeah. Am I looking forward to the next episode? Okay.
Episode season. That is my biggest question.
Okay, yeah, exactly. You have 6 episodes to tell a really cool story. You literally wasted 3 episodes already, and then the next episode you're still stuck in that which I know they're gonna get out. It's like you end the episode, they're like, oh yeah, they're not gonna get out. They're gonna get out. They're gonna find a way to get out. Probably the TVA or somebody's gonna rescue them, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
Not rescue them. They're gonna arrest them.
Like,
and then they're gonna make them be like Suicide
arrest
Squad.
them, whatever.
They're gonna like put some like pill in them or something that they'll like set off if they don't go back and fix the timeline.
God, I hope it doesn't end like that.
But
But I will
point
say in
is,
episode
though,
2, they did
you know they're gonna
show
Loki's gonna survive
multiverses in
this.
front of our face.
He ain't gonna die.
Yeah,
It's
they
his
did.
fucking show.
I'll say that. At least episode 2, they did show multiverses in front of our face.
They did. Now let's go there. Let's go see these.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you know, the cool thing about it, I thought Ant did a good job because he told us, like, oh, hey, this is where you found out information, or this is where all the timelines have changed. I would have rather been like, let's go fix that timeline. Let's go fix that timeline.
Yep.
Instead of have a waste of time in this planet that you know is going to be destroyed anyway. There's no point of them being that planet. It's just more of them being in there and being like, hey, let's get out of here before it blows up.
Like, hey, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about how we're both bisexual, and then how we like to just talk, and we can't figure each other out. And I have mommy issues, and hey, you have a good mommy. You are adopted.
Yeah, it's a waste of time. We already know about all this stuff. It's a waste of time. It doesn't do anything for us. That's not character progression. That's like nothing to the characters. That doesn't add anything to the characters. To me, character progression is something more of like they have this sort of moral conundrum decision they have to make, they have to do, or something like that, or some sort of like conflict they have, or something like that. There's no conflict. There's no love interest in his character. So what's the point of this conversation? You know, there's nothing involved in this.
Unless they're trying to humanize her. And to make us like her, because that's how what the MCU does. Every single villain that there is needs to be freaking humanized, and we need to find what their point of view was and why they chose the way they do things and shit like that. It's just,
but we haven't though. There's no point of view. We haven't found anything what she's doing. There's no point of view. So why is it she's doing this right now? There's nothing that says that she did. So we wasted this whole episode on something that there's no big reveal. We didn't find out why she's doing this. We don't know what she's. We only know is her first name, what she likes to be called, but we know nothing about her background in Asgard. We barely like. Oh, she doesn't know her mom. Great. So we don't even know anything about her backstory. Is she Loki? Is she an Enchantress? Nothing. No big reveal. Nothing. Like there's nothing in this story that progresses for another story. It's literally a throwaway episode. The thing is about this episode, it's not even a throwaway episode because usually throwaway episodes is a purpose of them being that planet and making a mission in that planet, and they have to solve it. No, they're trying to escape the planet. What's the point of that then? You know, like they have no purpose. There's nothing in that planet. There's any purpose. No, all those people are gonna die. There's no purpose on that planet. They don't even you don't even get attached to any of these people on this planet to even care. You know, only for that lady, which you barely get like 5 minutes of, like not even a minute of.
And so can Loki read minds?
So what's the point?
Because how would he have known who the guy?
No, I don't think Ken. Why?
He had to have been able to. How would he have known who the guy would have been?
He saw.
But he could sound like him too.
But he saw the picture No, he saw the picture of the wife. So he figured that's her husband. That's why he pretended to be that way.
But how can he sound like him?
Exactly. How could he sound like him? Like Chris asked.
That's true. That is true. That is true. You can. Yeah, I agree with that.
So at the bottom line,
how do we know how he sounds like?
More questions than we've gotten answers, and it's just like you got 3 more episodes to figure out what the hell you're gonna do with it. Otherwise, this is gonna be a wash of a freaking TV show, and it's probably gonna be worse than WandaVision when it ends.
Which is a shame though, because you literally. Which is a shame though, because you have Tom Hiddleston's a great actor. Owen Wilson's doing a great job too. Yeah, I'm interested in whatever she is, but so is she even a villain? I mean, what is she? Is she a villain? Is she not a villain? I don't know what she is right now.
She's misconfused.
It doesn't give me any really.
Confused. She's just confused. That's all. She's a villain, but there's meaning behind her.
Yeah, it's just
we're humanizing every single villain.
But what's the meaning? What's anything?
They're explaining the meaning before they even get.
So you wasted. Exactly. So you wasted a whole thing into like an episode where like it's just a throwaway episode. And this is the problem that Marvel's going to have to figure out because, listen, if you're going to have these TV shows, the whole purpose about Marvel is a long-running storyline, right, that you keep on going, right? and it's literally pushing stories into movies, pushing a big storyline, right? Story arc. The thing is, when you're doing TV shows, it's the fact that you have episodes where you have to keep the viewers interested. You have to have some sort of story arc, some sort of storyline, some good supporting characters, something that we get interested in, so we can keep on watching. Right now, I'm not seeing that on Loki. I don't see nothing like no good dialogue, nothing like that tells me like, oh yeah, this is. I'm looking forward to this. I'm really want to watch the next episode, see what's going to happen with these characters. You got to do something. It's not about, and that's what I'm saying. Though. I think Marvel done a pretty good job, but their TV shows, or at least this one for this matter, needs to do a better job because like it's not like where are we leading to this? Well, what's going to be the point by the end of it? Is it going to be a Doctor Who where he fixes different timelines? That'll be awesome. But if it's not that, then I don't care. What's the point? It's so.
What is the
I
point?
don't know. And you know what's funny though? I'm gonna finish this off though. I'm gonna finish this off. Marvel's got to get me excited for Black Widow. I'm not really excited for Black Widow because your products are not, like this is not getting me excited for Black Widow. So please end it good because I'm not getting. I need to be excited for the other movies. Sorry. There you go. Done.
All right. Moving on. Bad Batch. Good reveal end to end. Okay episode.
Yeah, okay episode. More takes place on the planet. I forget what it was called, but it's like basically like the Jedi Star Cruiser graveyard. We got to see oh my gosh, what was his name at the end? Cad.
I forgot his name.
Cad Bane.
Cad Bane, thank you.
Cad Bane.
Yeah, so he's a bounty hunter, Cad Bane. He is pretty much a BA in the Clone Wars, and he continues to be a BA in this show. Pretty awesome. Basically almost takes out Hunter. Thankfully Hunter survives and to see another day. But I mean, really at the end of the day, the whole Bad Batch can die. Really. Because they don't exist in the future. We already know that. So at any given moment, any of these guys could get off, which could make the show. Honestly, I don't think it was Hunter's time to go, but I wouldn't have minded if they took out one of the side characters because I feel like Hunter's the leader, so he has to survive a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But really, they could have took out any of the other characters. Good.
I think the only problem with that is like they don't have too many. Like it's only 4 of them. I mean, I guess you can count Crosshair as one of them, but he almost got taken out after Crosshairs.
Yeah,
he was close to getting taken out. To be honest with but I thought that was a cool thing too, man. That was a pretty cool them all. Like he was trying to the Star Destroyer, like the burners or whatever, trying to kill, and then it backfired on him. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Seeing it too, how they use their. How to try to escape that, the Star Destroyer and get to their ship. But yeah, Cad Bane was a pretty cool reveal. My question is, is like the ones who created the clones, are they the ones who paid him or is it somebody else? Because I'm guessing they I don't know if they paid both bounty hunters or they paid one or did they pay both the bounty hunters, both him and
no, I think Fennec, they paid Fennec. And I think Darth Maul is trying to get
that's possible.
With Cad Bane.
That's possible.
So you think it's Darth Maul is going after the clone? Yeah. So you think that's like the big surprise, right?
Well,
I guess the way they did it is
I have a theory on that clone. I think Chris brought it up last episode.
What?
Did you say why that clone's special?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, okay. I thought you did. Maybe someone else said it. There's a rumor going around that that Omega is Force sensitive.
Oh yeah, I did say that.
No, I'm the one that said it. I said that.
Okay.
She's Force sensitive. Yeah.
One of you guys said it. Either way, who cares?
Someone said it.
Yeah, someone said it. So
I don't know.
Then if that's true, and they can clone, Force sensitive clones, then that's pretty ridiculous and epic. and she would be very valuable. But we'll see.
Well, I think that's why they want her so bad because of that. That makes sense why they want her over any of the Bad Batch. So, yeah, but I do think though you're right, Owen, and there has to be some cool reveal, like saying like because the way they did the story, it seemed like they paid him to be the bounty hunter, but I think somebody else was paying him to be the guy. So they've been alluding to force sensitive in her. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Makes sense.
Makes sense. All right.
I feel like it's kind of the whole Baby Yoda thing too. So
in a way, yeah.
You think Baby Yoda's a clone?
No.
No, I said Baby Yoda's force sensitive. That's why everybody wanted him.
No, but I'm asking, do you think he's a clone of Yoda?
Who? Oh, Baby Yoda? Grogu? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't
Maybe.
think so.
But where did it all come from anyway? He is a species, so they have to come from somewhere.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Sensei emotion. Okay.
So Ghost Protocol.
She's right. Yeah.
Ghost Protocol, directed by Brad Bird. Proud. You know, I actually enjoyed this movie better than I did Mission Impossible 3. Not Mission Impossible 3. Not Mission Impossible. Iron Man 3. Holy shit. Can't freaking talk. Iron Man 3. Yes, that's what I meant. But yes, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol came out in 2011, directed by Brad Bird, starring Tom Cruise, Jeremy Renner, and Simon Pegg. Also as well, forgot her name, Paula Patton, which is Robin Thicke's ex-wife. Also as well,
yes,
I really did enjoy this movie. Did I think it was better than the third one? No. But I still enjoyed it. It goes 3, 4. Let's say 2, 1.
I'm gonna agree with you. I didn't enjoy it as much as 3, and I'll give you a reason why. I felt like the big bad was the missile. It was the warhead. It wasn't necessarily a person. Yes, there was a person there, but I still don't feel like he was the big bad. Like I felt like the big bad was stopping the bomb from going off.
Probably because he didn't. I mean, he seemed more of a threat, but like he wasn't like he didn't have really like a bad. He didn't.
Yeah,
like a big bad.
Exactly. I feel like that's why I felt like the big bad was kind of lacking. I did think it was kind of cool the reveal like halfway through with Jeremy Renner, where you find out like that like he was like assigned to watch over his wife, but then you find out at the end it was kind of like all sham anyways. So it kind of made it cheapened the reveal, but like while you're watching it, you're like, oh shit, like. That's some heavy shit to like have to live with, but then you like again at the end you learn it's like all kind of a sham anyways. So
I do agree with you, Ant. I agree with you that the villain was. I want to say he was weak. It just wasn't very fleshed out. You know, that character. Like it seemed just to me like, the reason he wants to do this because. Of like he's like, was a Russian politician and all that. And he wanted to create some sort of like, felt like he needed to do that to, change the whole, way of the way the world was run or whatever.
Yeah, the way the world thinks, kind of a way.
Yeah, I think, and to be honest, that guy is a great actor. He was actually the original, Girl in the Dragon Tattoo, the Swedish version. Yeah. And he also was the main villain in John Wick, the first John Wick. He's a Russian gangster. Who and that movie was awesome in that movie. If you ever watch that, he was awesome in that movie. He really was good in that movie. So it's I don't know why for some reason they didn't show enough of him. They didn't really, because I thought he was good. He's a good actor. He just didn't show enough of him for some reason. But I think what makes this movie great is also a lot of their action scenes. The opening action scene was awesome. We're in Russia, and that whole they're doing that whole thing. But then they had that big explosion and destroyed the Kremlin or whatever. Also, like of course the skyscraper in what was it in Qatar, I believe, or Dubai? That's really cool. Yeah, the sandstorm was.
That was a really cool.
And then
scene.
Dubai, yeah, and then. Yeah,
I
and then
think
of course the last they're in
the comedy really hits in this one.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, it's like you
yes,
actually really
Simon
said that out
Pegg
loud.
and Jeremy Renner, they have really good
Mission
chemistry.
accomplished. Oh god, it was hilarious. Not only that, but the fact that
I agree though.
Tom Cruise
Actually,
was running down
their
the building.
chemistry.
And he's like, your line's not long enough. No
Yeah.
shit.
They had actually out of all the teams, they had the best chemistry.
Yeah,
they had really awesome chemistry. They had a really it was a really cool team. Might have been the coolest team out of the bunch actually, because I think everybody played their roles right. Like it wasn't like, like you went from like you always had Tom Cruise and Vig Rhames, but I think adding Jeremy Renner, Simon Pegg, and Paul Patton, I think they really had a good, awesome, solid mix. Good chemistry, all of them. So far, not naming the other group after that, but I thought they had really cool chemistry and all that stuff. So I think they really work well together. Like I said, I think the only reason I picked 3 over this is I thought Philip Seymour Hoffman's villain character was much better and actually gave him much more of a purpose, I guess, more. It's like really felt like real heat, a real anger between Tom Cruise and Philip Seymour Hoffman. I feel like but yeah, this is definitely an excellent movie. I would definitely say it's I'll pick probably 3, 4, 1, and 2 as my top right now so far.
So you and Chris agree? I'll agree with both of you guys too.
All right. So this movie.
No, I switched 1 and 2. He picked it.
Yeah, I picked 2 and 1.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go 1 then 2.
All right. So budget for this movie was $145 million. Opening weekend, it made $12.7 million. Ooh,
that must have been limited.
I don't know. And then gross USA was $209 million. Worldwide, $694 million.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. That's really good.
Pretty nice box office numbers there.
Yeah, very good, very good. All right, so real quickly, I'm just going to say what I've been watching. What's up? Go ahead.
Yes. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was going to say I do think every other movie does better from now on. Like box office wise. So it definitely was the start of the Mission Impossible success.
Yeah. What have I been watching? Literally nothing, because I'm seeing Fast 9 tomorrow.
Boom.
Anthony, what about you?
So I didn't watch Luca. I wanted to watch it, just didn't get around to watching it. I did watch a TV show on Netflix. It's not from Netflix. I don't know who has it, but it was called Dirty John. Have you ever seen that?
No.
So it's an anthology series, a true crime anthology series. So it's like actors that play the characters, kind of like the O.J. Simpson, the People vs. O.J. Simpson. It's like real events that happen, but it's actors that are playing it.
Okay.
It stars Eric Bana, Connie Britton. I don't know the actress's name. It's the girl from Ozark, the Southern girl.
Okay.
She's in it. I'm trying to think.
You're talking about Laura Linney?
No, the younger girl, the one that is she's like I don't know, the redneck chick. I don't know what her
leader.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's any other big actors in it. No, that was pretty much it. It's mostly Eric Bana and Connie Britton though. They're the 2 main stars. But anyways, it's about this guy who's kind of like that. Connie Britton, she's like a successful what would you call it, like a home designer or whatever, and she makes really good bank, and she lives in California, and this guy is a con man. His name's John Meehan. Again, it's based on a true story, but anyways, so he has a really bad past, where he stalked people, and he's in and out of jail, and he throw himself in front of cars and then sue people for hitting them. He's a con man, and no, it's just pretty crazy how
Eric Bana?
Huh? Yeah, and it's just kind of crazy how everything plays out and the end and everything. It's interesting. I haven't started the second season yet. The second season stars Amanda Peet. So and she's like the main like focal point of it. So it's good. It's well acted. I enjoyed it. It's worth a watch. I think. It's good. What else did I watch? Did I watch anything else? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's all we've been watching.
Okay. Pete?
Pretty much nothing. I really haven't watched anything this week and all that stuff. I just want to mention one thing. I don't know if about Luca. Isn't it kind of funny? Like the name's Luca and he's a fish and all that. I don't know if you know
Luca
Brasi
sleeps with the fish. That's pretty funny, actually.
Sleeps with the fishes.
Did you watch it?
I'm sorry. I just thought about it today. And
Did you watch it?
I thought that was kind of funny. I just thought about that.
Pita?
No, Luca, no. I haven't.
Man,
watched it yet.
Pixar with them bangers that we're all watching day one.
Yeah. Day one.
No, I haven't watched. I think it's. Well, I had a busy week, and also I've been watching a lot of the sports, like the NBA games and all that, and the Euro Cup. So that's been keeping me preoccupied. So yeah, but I'll try to watch it maybe this week.
Did you guys play any games? I haven't played anything out of the normal.
I've definitely played some games. So I played the first episode of A Pirate's Life on Sea of Thieves, and it is fantastic. Has a lot of homages to the ride Pirates of the Caribbean. So if you are a fan of the ride, you will notice a lot of stuff from the ride that is in the first part of it. I haven't really gotten to any action sequences yet, but I'm definitely happy with the way the first episode of it turned out, and there's five episodes, so I'm looking forward to playing them. Yeah, they're all out. Yep.
Oh, okay.
They're just like so. Like when you launch the game, you launch like a separate instance of it that's called A Pirate's Life. It puts you on like a normal like Sea of Thieves island, but then there's like called a Castaway Camp that's new. That when you go to the Castaway Camp, there's 5 books, and you just choose the episode you're on, and it won't unlock the other episodes until you finish the previous one. So that way you have to like play them in order. Once you play them in order once, though, you can go back through and play around with them. There's a lot of it. So a cool thing about it and how it's kind of like instanced off. There's a lot of like secrets and stuff, like not like the normal like Sea of Thieves game where everything's kind of open and like you're really like the only things you're finding are stuff that they want you to find. This one has more like exploratory stuff, almost more like a Zelda kind of thing where like you can unlock this door, but you have to figure out the puzzle to get there, but you don't need to do it. Completely optional. So there's more stuff like that to do in this one.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah. Haven't had a chance to play Dark Alliance yet. Do want to play it. I have been playing the Heat Wave event that's going on right now in Knockout City, and I will tell you why I think it is crap. So you play the games. All they did was they added these popsicles in the levels, but they're hidden, and you got to try to find them. But you're playing a deathmatch game where you're trying to like kill people with dodgeball. So you're sitting there looking for stuff while you're trying to play like a dodgeball game.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, this is stupid. Like, and then once you're done finding them, now if you have new teammates that are trying to find them, you're trying to play the game, and they're out there looking for stuff. Yeah, it's just it doesn't work.
Terrible planning. Poor
Yeah,
planning.
they should have had like get 10 kills with a special dodgeball, like something like that.
Yeah.
Like it should have been like how Rocket League does it when they do their seasons.
Yeah.
Not I don't like the event. Good try. Let's hopefully they learn from the lesson. It's not good. Trying to think of anything else that I play. I thought I beat a game. Did I roll credits on something? I beat Psychonauts, but I think that was last week.
Yeah.
I don't think I played. I don't think I beat anything else. I think that's all I've been playing. So.
Okay. Pete?
I played a little bit. I don't know why. I'm watching NBA basketball. I was playing NBA 2K19. I know. I played that again. I did download it. Hold up. I did download 2 games over there on my Switch because they're on. They had a deal on them. Castlevania Collection and the Contra Collection. So I downloaded those 2 things. That's about it, though. I haven't really played anything else and all that stuff. I did download Madden and FIFA on my Xbox, so I'll probably be playing that pretty soon. But overall, man, nothing, man. It's been kind of a dull week, so maybe I'll start doing, watching playing some of this week. So
play some Sea Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, indeed. I'll probably be playing
I'm
here.
going to. You know what? I haven't.
Shortly.
The thing is, though, it's an easy game to get into, though.
Yeah,
that's the only problem, though, because I don't want to be an hour into the game or 2 hours or 3 hours into the game and all that stuff.
So here's the thing. I'm going to warn you, whenever you're playing any of the Tales, make sure you have 2 hours set aside. It takes they're long. But they're fun. They're super fun, but they're long. They added safe checkpoints to them so you can go back to them if you want to. I like to try to play through a whole at least one tale while I'm playing. So it takes about 2 hours. So it definitely doesn't respect your time when that comes down to that. But Pete, since you've never played the game before, there's something on there called the Maiden Quest. Highly recommend playing that before you do anything else. That teaches you everything you need to know about the game.
I always think that's the problem with video games, though. I always feel like it's hard to get into video games because you're going to put so much time into them that it's going to take away so much time.
That's a game that definitely does not respect your time. I can tell you that right now. There's sometimes when you're playing a quest that you will literally be on the quest for 2 to 3 hours, and you
I can't do that sometimes. I'm literally, time is such a it's. To me, it's
But pirating ain't easy, Pete.
No, I understand that, but
you're actually sailing, dude. You actually have to get on the boat. You have to put the sails down. You have to turn them to the wind. You have to control your cannons. You have to set the anchor down when you're sailing. No, it is.
So that's literally 30 minutes right there of me doing that, and instead of me to play the damn game, right?
By yourself, yes.
That's what I'm saying. Though, why can't I have a game that I can just get in there and play? That's why I love Rocket League, because literally I'm playing the game. I'm not.
But it's not that kind of game. If I jumped into a Sea of Thieves and it puts me on a boat sailing, I'm not going to be happy. That's not what I want to play. I want to be a pirate, and it allows me to be a pirate. That is the closest pirate simulation you'll get.
I understand that, but
Pete, let's say you and Chris are all sailing a boat.
Put it to you.
I'm going to give you an example. Me, you, and Chris are all sailing a boat. We're on this boat. We see another player boat. They're just floating by, right? They're just floating by. They got all this treasure on there. We could say, you know what? We don't feel like going and doing this quest. We're going to follow that boat. We're going to wreck their shit and take their treasure and sell it. We could do that.
Everything!
You could literally just sail around for hours and be an asshole.
Cool, awesome. Let me put it to you, your terms. How many games you got to play? You got all these games you got to play, right? So you only have a certain amount of time to play these games. And that's my only thing, too, about it. So, if I'm going to put time to Sea of Thieves, I'm going to put hours into Sea of Thieves in order for me to enjoy it and like
Worth it.
Yeah, but then I got other stuff I got to play. What about those games?
Hey, I'm letting you know, Sea of Thieves is fantastic. So if you want to play a good game, a good multiplayer game, that's a good time.
I'm not saying it's not fantastic. It's just oh man, so I'm gonna have to start maybe 2-3 hours just to start the game, and just to start the game. That's about it.
Because this man doesn't put 2 or 3 hours into Rocket League every time he plays it. Get out of here, Pete.
Sir, just take a look at this, okay? Just take a look at this.
Yeah. Dude, we have so much shit to do. Holy fucking shit!
For moments like this.
Let it go! Oh, fucking shit! Stop freaking holy fucking! Hey guys! Hey, chill the fuck out! Chill the fuck out!
So for moments like that,
did you wait a minute? There's one video I've seen. It was amazing. It was literally this video where you see a kraken, a megalodon, and a ghost ship, literally all at the same time, practically almost at the same time. And I'm like, how horrible luck is that? How horrible luck is that?
So
me and
that game? Me and Leah have become professionals at taking out the megalodons. So megalodons are nothing anymore. The Kraken still wreck my day.
Here's another version of that same.
Yeah, but he had a
same
megalodon,
audio.
a kraken at the same time. At the same time, I'm not even joking. At the same time, and then he got a ghost ship. Grab
Holy fucking shit!
That was epic. Oh man, wreck.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, just land on a boat and just wreck it right there.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
That is a fantastic game, though. I still do wish, though, that you can play 4 players on a sloop instead of having to take that big tank out when you play 4 players, because that thing it does not handle like a dream. But yeah, I like the sloop for the maneuverability. The biggest I like to go is the galleon, but the brigantine.
Let me ask you something, Chris. Since I know you played all these games and all, you played online. What's a much better experience? CFC's online, Red Dead Redemption online, Grand Theft Auto online.
Ooh.
I think they're completely different games.
I know you played all 3 of them.
All 3 of them are completely different.
Yeah, somewhat.
No, all 3 are completely
But
different.
I mean, what do you enjoy most? So
for single player
not
wise,
really
or like
complete
just like complete experience.
multiplayer wise. Multiplayer wise, I'm talking about multiplayer because I know there's an online multiplayer.
I say Grand Theft Auto, mostly because of the heists. The heists are pretty cool.
I'll be honest with you. It like Sea of Thieves is not fun single player. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. Like if you're gonna play that game, you can do your maiden quest single player, but you're gonna want friends on there because it sucks having to do everything yourself. Like if you're sailing, you gotta raise the anchor yourself. You gotta set the sails yourself. You gotta like look on the map to see where you're going yourself. There's just way too much to do. Like it's meant to be cooperative.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a multiplayer game.
Well, it's a cooperative multiplayer game.
It's pretty much a multiplayer game. Yeah.
It takes teamwork.
No, I'm definitely gonna play it. I mean, that's one of the games I downloaded anyway. So that's one of the games down for my Xbox. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna play it.
Yeah,
But,
it's fantastic.
I'm not sure when it's on my list. I don't know when it's on my list.
Oh, you got a list, Pete?
We'll see.
You got a list?
I got a list.
You just made the list.
I made the list. I made the list right there. I mean, the list of Peter. The list of ETEP.
So we're gonna. I think that's all we got.
That's all we got.
All
We'll
right.
catch you guys next week when we review Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation, Loki episode 4, Bad Batch episode. I forgot what number it was, and yeah, and I'll probably do a review of Fast 9.
Yeah, let's hope the next episode Loki is much better. Also, and this will be your first time watching Rogue Nation, huh?
This will be. I'm in uncharted waters now. Haha, we'll see a theme reference there.
Oh shit!